Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I don't know if this is the right. I've been having some trouble with my microphone. Like, I can't tell what is the best angle or switch for the audio, but I hope that's okay. Welcome to Wednesday night Frat Chat. So far, here with me tonight is the great Matt Cosson, who was also with me this weekend at Metaverse Expo in Las Vegas. What's up, Matt?
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
Going well.
Yeah,
How
had
are
a good
you?
time. I'm doing good.
Get home safe and sound?
Yeah, after Spirit Airlines let us sit in the airport for 6 hours. Actually, it was the
I
airport for five,
All
and the
right, Matt and
airplane
I
for six.
both live in San Diego and both went to Vegas this weekend, and I drove home much faster than he got home via the airplane.
And it's only an hour flight. It's like a 50-minute flight, and I had to wait
I
for
know.
6 hours. And then they charged me $200 for my bag, my carry-on bag.
Dude, it cost me, it wasn't even a full tank of gas to get there.
Yeah, I just hate driving so much. I would actually go through it again.
That's crazy.
It's like torture driving through that desert, man.
Yeah. Hey, I got a new clip. You want to see it?
You gotta wait, what?
I got a new clip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Lay it on me.
I'm fully intending on using this when somebody shows me some piece of artwork that they're trying to show off. All right.
Nice. Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Man.
So
Definitely
I'm hoping Aaron comes on tonight and he's always got a piece of art he's showing. Gosh darn it, this shirt is like really itching.
not thrilling, but nice.
Not thrilling, but nice. So you know what? I might have to go change my shirt because this thing is just driving me nuts. I'm not even gonna show it, but it's like right
It's almost like a
right here.
tag.
It's the V. No, it's like for some reason it's like you can't.
It's
Yeah, you
scratching
can't
you.
see it, right? See how it's sticking out?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's
it's like
like scratching you.
just annoying the crap out of me. I just put it on right before the show because I wanted to change my shirt, but
It's a brand new shirt, right?
it's a pretty new shirt. Well, you know what? Maybe it's not mine. It might be one of my kids. You know what, Matt? I'm going to let you entertain the crowd for a few seconds.
All right. Okay, so yeah, so we were at the Metaverse Expo in Las Vegas, and I tried to meet up with some people from Dragon Guild, but my new phone, I got a new phone. I didn't transfer all my numbers, so I didn't have the numbers of the of my friends I wanted to meet, and but anyway, it was like 103 degrees at night. Can you believe that? At night, sun's down, 103 degrees. AJF Potts, John Wick, Rhaegar, Sheldon Martin. I'm just kind of going through the names here, saying hello to everybody real quick. John Malin, the John Malin. Wow, it's been a while. Good to see you, Joyride. John Malin's in the chat.
Get out of town. Why?
He said bottom is not in. He's in the chat to disagree.
He's in the chat to disagree, as he does. All right, so that is it's not necessarily clickbait, but it is a very, very strong possibility. And let me show you why that is true. So here's the Bitcoin chart for the past two cycles. Not two cycles. Well, this cycle and past cycle. And on the bottom, if you're not familiar with Market Cipher and this, it's basically it follows all of the algorithms and the market flow and the money flow and the all that great stuff. The VWAP, I don't know what every single thing on there. I know what the VWAP is. I know what the money flow is. I know what the market momentum is. And those are the kind of things that I pay attention to. And obviously the candles and the volume and all that fun stuff. So here we confirm. So last week I did mention this. Sorry to turn this into a Bitcoin show, but this is what here. Does this look better? All right. So last week this green dot appeared, but had not yet confirmed. See this this dot all the way down here. You see how there isn't another one until you go way back here, right?
How far back is that?
These are weekly candles. right? So this green dot confirmed. This is a confirmed shift of the market momentum, right? The last time we had one that actually produced this large green dot down here was the bottom of the market last cycle. And if I actually like focus in on this space, how do I do that? Let's see. If I focus in on this space and then I stretch it out so that you're seeing the same kind of volatility you're seeing now, you see, right, how it very much kind of plays out the way we did here.
Yeah.
So we hit crash, 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 crash. Finally, we had that green dot show up, and then that was it. Even here, right here, this is the COVID drop. So this is
And it's
back
not
when
as
it
far.
was climbing, and then COVID crashed the entire economy and everything altogether.
Yeah.
Even that didn't come down as far. Even COVID couldn't bring Bitcoin down below the market bottom.
Wow.
So I'm not saying that I know with absolute 100% certainty, but that's a pretty darn strong indicator that I'm not saying that we're going to like rebound suddenly, because look at this, right? We hit bottom. And then, I mean, we had a little lift and whatnot, but it was relatively flat for a good long while. This is the bear market. This is the accumulation period. You want to be buying Bitcoin, whatever your favorite altcoins are that you think are going to spike next market over this next roughly year, right? The next 52 weeks or whatever. It might be more, it might be less. Some people are saying that we're going to have a nice, well, not a nice, but we're going to have another dip down around election time. Again, possible. But anyway you slice it, we're going to be in a really good buying area over the next year. So this is the time when people get all paranoid, they get all scary, and they're like, oh, the market's over, Bitcoin's dead. It's always Bitcoin's dead until we hit this time, and then it starts going back up, and then this is when all the idiots start buying in because they're like, oh my gosh, it's going up, and then they buy it here at the peak.
So they buy when it's high.
Yeah, they buy when it's high because that's like, it's FOMO. It's fear of missing out. You get all excited to go buy because you see it going up, 10% a day or whatever it is, and that's just a phenomenal, return on your money. But it's like, boy, back here when everybody's scared to death that it's not going to go anywhere, that's when you want to be buying. Back here's when I was constantly telling everybody to buy, but who listens to me? Nobody listens to me. So anyways, pencil necks. That's right, John Wick. Pencil necks. That's what the guy that created Market Cipher calls them. That's Crypto Face. You ever watch Crypto Face? He's masked. He's masked like you. He wears a mask, but he was wearing a mask when he started his channel, and so much longer than before the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Yesterday.
Like night time.
I'm streaming. Why don't you ask anybody else in the house?
So.
Yes,
Well,
last night.
Here,
it's from last night. I'm answering it.
Is it still good?
It's from last night. I would assume it's still good. Just heat it up.
Okay.
You mod CryptoFace, John Wick? That's awesome. That is awesome. I love CryptoFace. I did one of the customs for CryptoFace, and then I sent it to him. So he's got a custom monkey. All right, let's see. Jeff Pot says Bitcoin took the second booster. Womp womp. Bitcoin wore a mask. Wow, these are just terrible. Am I feeling okay, Mike? I'm a little like phlegmy or something. I can't tell if it's I had too much sweetener in my sugar makes me phlegmy. So I'm not sure if I had too much sweetener in my iced tea, but let me just drink some regular water and we'll check it out. Oh, I see what you're saying. Someone checked to see if the magnetic poles flipped. Mike just apologized for making this a show about Bitcoin. Well, usually we like talk about other stuff before we get into Bitcoin, and we're like 10 minutes in, and I already turned this into a crypto show. So Nolan Lee says dip looks tasty. Indeed. So people who are paying attention, and I know John Wick watches this show religiously to get all of his Bitcoin information. Oh, not John Wick, John May. Funny to see him in here. I don't know what you're referring to. Anyways, let's say hi to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. What's up? Well read says he loves my thumbnail. Thank you. John Wick. Yes, it got his attention. If I had patience to wait 40 minutes for Mike to start the stream. Oh, this is way before I started the stream. Joyride Boats. Mark, the euphoric break. Good evening. Rhaegar is here. It says bottom is in. So which one of you dudes is Rhaegar? All right. New clip. Yes, new clips. It's only one clip that I did. I was poking around. I was trying to find some good stuff from History of the World Part 1 to use as clips. And then I was having trouble with the clip editor. And anyways, I managed. And you know who else managed?
Who?
Elliot. Elliot managed. What's up, Elliot?
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, baby? Oh, he can't hear me. He's got his headphones. He doesn't have his headphones. There, now he can hear me.
Maybe.
Can he?
He looked like he's still waiting. Is it working?
Elliot.
Sorry. Did you hear all that?
Hear what?
Okay, good.
Hey, buddy. How's it doing? You got
Hey, man. Sorry I'm late. I was talking about. Yeah, I'm borrowing my son's mic.
Yeah.
It's also red and black, or black and red.
Also, you just turned it towards you, so you sound better. That's a directional mic, so.
Well, it does different things. I have
Ooh,
it
there
set
you
up
go.
like that. Do I sound more?
There you go. Sexy.
More sexy, more gravitas.
Yeah.
Matt Cosson, what's going on, baby?
It's nice, Elliot. It's
Hey.
nice.
Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
I got a new clip.
Right. Right. I see.
Sandra Louise.
Let me put on the comments here. Oh, Melissa Lester's here. Hey, Amy Lester, what's going on?
Oh yeah,
See,
don't forget
let's
Well
see.
Read. Hello, Well Read. Rhaegar.
Lester Sisters, eh, Amy, Melissa?
Alpha Proto, what's up?
What's up?
All right.
Alpha Proto.
So
You haven't been here, Elliot. Where were you last week?
I haven't. I was working, like, and dealing with family and stuff like that, just like you're just doing right now, just like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So I'm drinking water these days.
Good. Me too. Smart water. Are you drinking
Hey,
smart
me too,
water or
man.
dumb water?
Dumb for me. I only drink stuff that makes me smarter, like look smarter. So I'm drinking dumb water so I can look smarter than my water.
Right.
You get it?
Yeah.
It's like hiring people dumber than you so you can be the smartest guy in the room. That's what I do
That's
with my
really
water.
good idea for business. We're hiring, flying monkeys that'll always listen to everything you tell them to do. Thor, you
This is
bought
an
the
old
collector's set from the theater?
No, I got this from 7-Eleven at the time. This was the only Thor movie we were ever going to get. So I got crazy and I bought both cups. I have stupid hair
that's from
Thor.
an old Thor movie.
Yeah, stupid hair Thor and Loki Thor.
Oh, did you see the new one yet?
No, I'm not planning on it.
I saw it last night.
Did you love it?
I liked it. I didn't love it. There's honestly, I think that I love Taika Waititi's writing, but he overdid the cheese. I think we could have edited out a good 30% of the cheese, and it would have been a much better film.
cheesy.
It would have had more gravitas. Like the end was good. It had a good, and it had a good story, and a good through line, and all that stuff. And Christian Bale was awesome, but yeah, a little
I
too
heard
much cheese on that pizza.
I heard he was he was the only serious thing in the movie. See, this is what happens though. They always do it. They did it with it only seems to work well sometimes, like it did with Christopher Nolan. He did the first one and it was pretty good. So let's do another one. And the second one was great. The same thing happened with Tim Burton. He made a good one the first time. Then they gave him more. It then became more Tim Burton-esque. Shut your mouth. And then they did the same thing with other guy. I'm one of the few people that thought that, I think I told you this before, like Batman Forever, it has a really smart script.
Mm-hmm.
And except for some of the ridiculous visuals, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great. It's my favorite one of those.
But
and
every
then he did
time
Batman and Robin, it was the worst piece of crap ever filmed.
Right, because that's actually what he would want to do. So it's the same idea. It's that I used to work with this guy who was another creative director. He used to call it freedom with fences. You need some kind of restrictions to hold back. If I was left to do what I like to do all the time without any restrictions, it'd be terrible.
This is how we got the prequels.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
Somebody's got to hold the reins, because some people, their vision can get a little stupid. Although I'm sure he had complete creative reign on Jojo Rabbit, and that was a fantastic film.
Yeah, it's different subject matter though.
Yeah,
maybe, but maybe he was holding himself back because it was such a heavy subject matter that he didn't. This one, you could tell he doesn't respect the character that much. So Thor, so he just was having fun with it, but then he turned into from what I understand, he turned into a joke fest, and whether it was funny or not, is what it was.
It was. I mean, a lot of it was. A lot of it. I mean, a lot of the jokes did land. I just thought it was too much, but I still enjoyed it. Kids enjoyed it. Micah, cool. What would you rate it? 0. He gave it its highest possible score of a possible score of 0. He gave it a 0 out of 0.
That's smart man.
But he was laughing and enjoying himself during the movie, so I could tell that.
That's cool. Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm not mad if people enjoyed it. I love that character too much. I respect him too much from my childhood. One of my favorite runs in comics ever was Walter Simonson's.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves a nicer treatment. They started with an okay idea, but it was seen like low budget version of Marvel movies back then.
I've liked all of Walt Simonson. I loved the Walt Simonson Thor run, and I mean, who didn't? Who's of our generation, right?
Right.
But I wasn't so in love with the character himself that I just followed his book after that. Right.
Same here. But I loved him even when I was a kid. He was my favorite Avenger for a long time. He was my
Avengers when I was a kid.
See, I loved them. I love the Avengers because I've said this story before. How I got into comics was I inherited a collection from my cousin who just recently passed, but he had moved to California. And he left a bunch of comics in Puerto Rico, and I didn't speak Spanish, especially then, at all. So that was the only way that my cousins could communicate some kind of fun with me. They gave me a bunch of comics. Mm-hmm. They were all in English, and I was able to read them. I was about maybe 7, 8 years old, maybe 6. So I started reading all these comics, and my dad, they said I could take some with me. My dad felt bad for my cousin because I was taking all his stuff. So he said, we could take some of it. They convinced him to let me take some of it. So I picked everything that had the most bang for the buck. I picked up Defender. He was a Marvel head. So I had Defenders, Avengers, and Marvel team-ups. And that was what my collection consisted. I must have had like 30 comics, and that was all those books. And so
Thor was one of the Red Sonja.
No. I had like him and Man Wolf and Werewolf by Night. And for some reason he was really into the monsters. So those were the books I read, and Thor was one of my favorites. Plus, I was really into mythology with all Clash of the Titans and everything. So he was a different mythology. It was so cool. He's got a hammer. And I remember I used to watch the cartoon, the 66 cartoons, the something Rainbow Bridge, whatever. So with Namor, and it was also the Iron Man one, the Hulk one, Bruce Banner.
Kind of like the Hulk ones with the moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a Thor one that had a bunch of Kirby art back then. So I just loved it. And so he was a big deal. So when they made the movie, I couldn't wait, man. I was like, that's my guy. I loved him when he fought. I had the issue where he fought Toro, the Red Bull in the wrestling ring. I thought that was weird, but hey, he looked cool. And the art looked cool, you know. And yeah, man, I just love Thor. So when I see them, I expect it. I liked Ragnarok though, but I
love
liked it
Ragnarok.
because
Ragnarok's my
it was
favorite.
very balanced. It was very balanced. It was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
So it had different tone, but it didn't make the guy look like a buffoon. In fact, he was almost like, what's going on around me all the time. This one,
Yeah, I could see if you respect Thor more than I do. Where you would have that opinion. But I enjoyed all of the different Thor movies because they were all so different. Right? They were all
Sure.
it felt like, you know, Thor going through the hands of a bunch of different comic writers and artists and stuff. It was like everybody has their own take. All these different directors were giving us their own take on the character. Chris Hemsworth was doing a great job through all of them. And yeah, Taika Waititi got a second run at it and overplayed his hand a little bit, but I still enjoyed it. So
yeah.
it is
Well,
and you know what? We got Eternity, which reminds me, the new web. Did you see all the stuff with the new web? What do you call it? The web telescope came out.
What's going on there? What's happening?
So there's a new telescope. You know, we all had the Hubble telescope growing up, right? And it was like we had, oh look, we could see so far out in the universe. Matt commented on this on Facebook. And then the web one is even more higher resolution or whatever. It just looks a little bit better. And so it was really cool. You know, I've seen people like taking this and then the Thor Eternity thing coming together. So you can see, you know, just way better resolutions. You can see more stars and all that stuff. You can see into eternity. But you know what? It just really, really reminds me of.
Wow.
Can you guess what this reminds me of?
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
No, it just totally reminds me that Webb Hubble is Chelsea Clinton's dad.
What have you done? What have you done?
I know.
Oh no. They're related, aren't they? They have to be.
That's common knowledge now.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Give me a break. You can't get out of that. But I just thought it was so funny that it's Webb and Hubble. And that's how you spell it, too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyways, long way to go for a joke, but I made it.
I like that last picture that looked like a space egg on the left side. Now it looks like a space egg.
Oh, you want me to show it again?
I thought the same thing. Like space egg.
Or now it looks like a.
It's like a nebula. It's a nebula.
One of those rocks you crack open that has a bunch of crystals in it. What's that called?
Oh, the geode.
The geode.
Geode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a geode now. That's a nebula. What does that mean?
A nebula?
Cluster of stars.
The definition is kind of nebulous.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
So, you're trying to claim this is all photoshopped, Matt?
Oh yeah. You got no pictures.
Yeah, just Photoshop. None of this actually exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is along with the disc of the Earth, the frisbee
no,
that is the Earth.
Go on, Matt. I'd like to hear your.
There's full of it. They can't even. You see the cameras they have. The security cameras, like.
Do you know the difference between the camera on your phone and a telescope?
Yeah, they don't have super clear, colorful.
Do you also know that we have things called microscopes, and they allow us to see very, very small items?
Yeah, but we don't
microscopic
see light years.
Items.
We don't see light years away.
Well, it's possible. Why not?
Explain to me why.
Why do they send satellites out then to take pictures of planets where you just take a picture of from Earth? You know.
Oh, because of light pollution and the atmosphere.
Exactly.
He said exactly. I don't know. I
Exactly.
don't know.
somehow we can take pictures of things millions of light years away.
Look, I have zero problem believing that we can take pictures further and further and further as telescopic technology increases, that the resolution won't get better and better and better. The thing that I always call BS on is when they say, "Oh, we've discovered an Earth-like planet," and then they take some totally photoshopped planet Earth that somebody just made up and they post it up and say, "See, this is the planet they discovered." And I'm like,
That's
you're
what I
so
said.
full of crap. All you've
NASA's
got,
full of crap.
all you've got is a little a smidgen of light, and you're trying to take all of these readings off of this smidgen of light to say that they've got an Earth-like atmosphere and bodies of water and all this stuff. And it's like, bruh, come on.
Yeah, but you know what NASA stands for?
Oh God.
Never a straight answer.
Hey, dude, I'm with you on calling NASA out for bullcrap because everyone believes NASA. But then I say, does the government lie to us? And they're like, yeah, of course. I say, who runs the government? I mean, who runs NASA? The government.
Yeah.
Trump.
So I don't believe they're necessarily always giving us straight answers, but I do believe in telescopes, Matt. I'm not sure why you don't.
I don't believe in NASA. They could show me a picture of a dollar bill. I wouldn't believe it was real.
Have you ever looked at Saturn through a telescope?
I looked at the moon.
Well, then why couldn't you believe with that weak
Yeah.
technology? We could see the moon. Why wouldn't you believe we could have bigger
Because I think they don't have that.
telescopes? You don't think they have it?
I had my Trump Space Force shirt on earlier today. I took it off for the show.
Yeah, they had. Well, they took pictures of the Earth supposedly, right? But they couldn't really take pictures of the Earth because they're too close, so they had to Photoshop it together, different images.
Oh yeah, that's accurate.
Well, but that's okay. That's like saying, Elliot, you're so fat. I have to take 2 pictures of you because my camera can't contain you. That doesn't mean it didn't take a picture of me. Thanks,
Yeah,
Mike.
but then
Thanks.
they put it
You're supposed to
together,
laugh at that.
and you look like Antonio Banderas. It's like, yeah, I think it might be Photoshop, a little bit tweaked.
I don't
Not that you
know,
don't look
man.
like Antonio.
Updog is saying it's not a traditional telescope. I actually know nothing about the Webb telescope. I just kind of assumed it was a telescope we launched into space again, like the Hubble scope we did.
It was
Although
made by
I remember
Adobe.
that we sent the Hubble telescope up there, and then something was wrong with it. I can't remember what it was, but like something was kind of janky, and they had to go up and fix it.
Which is the one that we sent out that's just still flying out there?
Oh,
Isn't
Voyager.
there something Voyager? Is that still
Voyager.
sending pictures back?
Yeah, dude. They're gonna meet up with Captain Kirk soon.
That's true. That's
All right.
true.
Vija.
Vija.
The lens was out of focus. Yes. Vija got it. Alpha Proto says Antonio Banderas is a Spaniard who plays Latinos. I'm not
Is she?
sure what that has to do with anything.
Or I mentioned Antonio Banderas. I said if they took pictures of Elliot, different parts of his face, and they photoshopped it all together, and it looks like Antonio Banderas. I go,
Oh. How did I miss that part of the conversation?
I don't know, I think I speak
Well,
kind of quick.
He was chewing and he said that.
Yeah, I was
So I
chewing
heard Antonio.
my.
Yeah.
Bandura.
Yeah, he's
chewing
really
my,
munching down right
sausage.
now. Yeah.
I had eggs and sausage and salad.
Dude, it's only 3 hours behind me over there. Why are you still eating breakfast?
It's breakfast every hour of the day. If whenever you want to eat breakfast, it's breakfast. Look at Denny's.
Well, technically,
milk.
yes, you are breaking your fast between meals.
Wait a second. This
What?
is true. That's what breakfast means. It's a breaking your fast.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
eat breakfast.
Hubble orbits Earth while Webb orbits the Sun. Interesting.
And the sun's pretty far away, by the way. It's not like it's like in the comic books. It's not right there. It's like
Yeah,
way
no,
out
I'm
there.
just trying to figure out why exactly. I'm sure there's a definite a reason for it, but why? Why? Why are you orbit this? We orbit the sun.
Oh,
I mean, that's the theory. That's the prevailing theory.
maybe it has something to do with like being close, electromagnetic fields, blah blah blah. Could be that. Maybe that's why the Earth looks like Antonio Banderas to Cousin. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Listen, I don't know what the big deal is. It's not like they've made me believe something totally different. Now, if you looked into these pictures and you see President Biden floating around with a helmet on, that I wouldn't believe that.
President Biden.
It does look like a head upside down, or it could be a.
You know what? That's eternity, right?
That looks like.
Thor.
Look at all those cool swirling galaxies.
That's a skilled Photoshop, man. That's like some skills.
You know, it's like literally you have like 4K and 5K televisions now.
Yeah.
And Costin's like, no way, man. Only black and white. Only.
I don't believe it
Only
unless it's in black and
CRT.
white.
I don't believe any other stuff from them.
I'm just saying that's I would agree with you if I thought there was if they were coming up with some weird reason why this would be a lie. It makes sense that as we get better technology that things might look more.
Yeah. Matt
higher
is just
resolution.
so jaded by the government lying to us. He can't believe anything at all that comes out of the government.
Yep. I don't believe it. I didn't believe it when they tell me the temperature.
Yeah. Rhaegar says, I'm just happy Jill Biden recognized my taco and breakfast burrito brothers and sisters.
What do you mean? What about the Bogota?
The Bogota, yeah.
My Bogota.
Bogotas?
Bogota.
The Bogotas from the Bronx. So terrible.
Bogota.
Oh, okay. Updog is saying that the web is more spectrometer than telescope. Yeah, I don't get
What does that mean?
I know. What are you talking about?
Is it compositing?
Taking in information and then like turning it into a photograph rather than a direct a direct image? Is that what you're saying? Like taking in spectrometer readings and converting them into actual visual
I don't know what that means.
Information.
It says, Starman says, Webb is a little sharper than the Hubble. I don't know how that helps us any, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's no, I don't have a problem believing it because there's no, I can't see the benefit of an ulterior motive. Like, we're showing you pictures because.
Well, they lie about history, right?
But you have to explain to me why it's Webb Hubble.
I don't think.
It doesn't make sense how those two words ended up together. That's a conspiracy theory right there. And what does Chelsea Clinton have to do with this?
That's the next. That's the next satellite. There's a telescope or something.
The Chelsea, then the Clinton.
The Chelsea.
They
call it the Chelsea.
It detects full spectrum electromagnetic waves, not just visible light. But then it's converting it into visible light for the purposes of photographs.
You know, there was a time when someone said they're making a bomb out of atoms. What's an atom? And then they blew up Japan.
Rhaegar says, who's the dude on the right? That's Webb Hubble. Webb Hubble is Chelsea Clinton's real father. Yeah, I said it. I ain't taking it back.
That?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
look
yeah.
At her.
Come
on.
See, I think that she looks like Clinton also. She had the same bulbous nose.
She
as
looks
he
like
does.
Clinton. You mashed up her face with a frying pan.
Look at that chin.
Or the Hubble guy looks like a male version of Hillary, and I would get that too.
What?
No, look at that chin and mouth. That's totally in her eyes. That's totally. That's not.
No, dude. That's her. That's a little clone.
Bill
If you
Clinton
look at
touch Hillary Clinton with it.
Yeah, I mean, as loath and disgusting as these people are, Bill and Hillary Clinton were very, higher than average attractiveness couple. Webb Hubble looks like a mashed up bag of meat, and so does Chelsea.
Have you seen Hillary lately, though?
I'm not talking about lately. I'm talking about when they were young, which is what we can compare Chelsea to.
Did you see Bill Clinton's son?
Wait,
He's
wait.
black, half black.
Jeff says Webb Hubble had sex with Bill Clinton. I find that hard to believe. I actually don't find it that hard to believe.
Well, a lot happened on that island. Ooh,
Jeremiah
interesting.
says that's exactly how I'd imagine a man named Webb Hubble to look.
Yeah, it's strange. It's true. It's like, yeah, it makes sense. His name's Hubble. Hubble, Hubble, Hubble.
Hubble, Hubble,
Is his
Hubble.
name really Webb?
Yes, because
Webster.
he was born with webbed feet, so his mother thought we should
And
name him.
that guy just got the short straw.
That's not true.
It's not true. I'm making stuff up, Matthew. You'll believe me. I'll say something stupid like that, and you believe me, but you won't believe
I didn't believe you. I just think it's funny. I think it's a notable comment to make.
Bad hair day for old Chelsea. Yeah.
She doesn't look very happy to be there either.
Well, you know who her parents are, right?
Yeah, true.
At least she wasn't born. At least she wasn't born to the Biden family. She'd be less happy.
Yeah. I don't even know if he
stop
touched
getting
her.
in the shower with me. I'm 14 years old.
Oh God, that's creepy.
Yeah, that's in her diary, which, by the way, I have a
What?
copy of on my phone. Don't ask me why.
Yeah. She said her mom knows about it too.
Sean says, "Just looked at the screen. I have to leave. I must vomit."
Wait. So
All right, let's see what else. What else I picked? I picked through some stuff on Facebook to actually have stuff. Oh, this was funny. Live look at the economy. I'm just gonna play it
Oh, I found that
while
too.
we're here.
Oh no.
Oh, you saw this?
This is not gonna go well.
Yeah.
Where is this at?
I'm gonna assume that's in the South somewhere.
I thought it was Australia. This is what it looks like, the Australians. Or something.
Look
Ah,
here. Look here.
Let's go with
Whatever you. You know the
let's
problem
go
is
with
the guys
Alabama.
jumping. They're throwing the balance off so bad there. Oh, that's not
Yeah,
gonna work well.
it ain't
That
great.
guy's getting soaked.
Yeah,
That
he's
guy
like
gonna make it?
climbing out of the car while he's driving it.
What's going on?
It almost made it. Almost.
Oh no!
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I love it. That's what they get for being foolish. Who's gonna?
The other
who's
guy's
gonna
on
pull
top.
that
Yeah,
thing
I'm
off?
still dry.
They're swimming for
We're
Texas.
still dry on the top here.
That was foolish.
They're trying to make it across the border.
Oh Lord.
Sorry. All right. That's enough of that nonsense. Rhaegar says, I cracked up when I saw that at work on Twitter. I don't know. Looks like fun, says Jeremiah. Yeah. So give us some updates, guys. Matt, how you doing on Dragon Guild?
Good. I'm just actually finishing up on the last. It's funny. It's like I could go forever because I get ideas for adding stuff to it, and I'm like, nah, I just gotta call it quits. So I'm adding a few more things, and then I'm gonna wrap it up here.
Right on.
It's pretty exciting.
Elliot, the project that cannot be named.
I can't name the project still, right? Yeah, I can't. It's going well. It's going well. I had a meeting last week before last, and it was a great meeting, but I'm still working on it. I think I have probably another week to wrap it up.
Oh, really?
Which is good. Yeah. It's just I'm backlogged on it for when I got sick and everything else that happened, it really pushed me back. But other than that, I'm still working on Doom Kicker, going really, really well. I'm still doing that in around. Well, the last couple of days I did it earlier, but usually around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Over on my Instagram, I do live streams there, working on the book. Sometimes about an hour and a half to 2 hours most of the time. Sometimes longer, sometimes less, but mostly that time. And I'm excited about it. I did a TikTok live stream to test it out.
Really?
Why do I hear myself twice?
Stroke?
No, somebody has the speaker on. Anyway, so I did a live stream working on Doom Kicker, and it was pretty cool. Then I never thought that I would find a backer on TikTok
Huh.
of all the people this guy was watching. And he says, "Hey, how's Doomkirk coming?" I'm like, "What?" I couldn't believe that anybody who I don't have that many followers anyway, so I'm like, oh, "Wow, that's crazy." So I pulled out the iPad and showed off what I have so far. It was and it was cool. It's a lot of good stuff there. That the I forget the individual's name, but he was very excited.
Wait, you
about
were
what-
live streaming on TikTok?
Yeah,
I didn't even know you could do that.
yeah. It was cool. But this week I won't be streaming at all because I'm getting out of town to visit some family for like what we would call a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I
I don't know what that is.
Me neither. I'll be working on it. We've planned a few events, and that's I can only just hang out like, hey, that's great. Let's enjoy the pool, guys. I'll be inside drawing. That's what I do.
I took the kids to the pool on Monday after we got back from Vegas. And just that was good. It was at my mom's.
Yeah, how was
apartment
Vegas?
complex. It was good. It wasn't very populated, but I wasn't there to sell anything. I was there to sort of make connections and whatnot, and so that went very well. I think we were probably talking to people like 70-80% of the time. Not a lot of downtime, communication wise.
That's cool.
Yeah, and actually, I got a job I can't take so I'm gonna probably tag some of you guys in. There's a video game company that wanted me to do some designs and stuff, and I'm like, well, how much are you? Anyways, I can't afford to take the job. I can't. There's no good way to say that without sounding like an ass. But I'm gonna.
Well, it doesn't pay enough.
It doesn't pay enough. Yeah.
Well, that's what I say. I can't afford to take it because that's basically really true. You can't afford it because you got too many bills.
Yeah.
That's not gonna.
But I can farm it. I can farm it out to you guys. Not you, because you're busy, but some of the other guys in the.
That's cool. Yeah.
The guest artists, guys.
So it's always good context, nonetheless.
Yes.
Because who knows? Those guys come back around another time.
Yeah, and then. Gosh, I can't talk about that either. Anyways, I might have another couple of NFT projects. I might have gotten a couple NFT projects from the show that I can't afford to take. That they, I told them what my rates are, and they're like, okay, that sounds good. So
that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, that'd be good. Pick up a couple of more, fill out my year.
We met the film producer at the table too.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty cool.
What film?
He worked on a film. He worked on a film with what's his name? Danny Trejo.
Oh, that's right. Oh, also, I got to hang out for a while with I can't remember what they're called. In Breaking Bad, the twins with the silver tip boots.
Oh yeah.
So one of those dudes was it's on my phone.
You know what? I thought I saw a guy look like that. I thought, man, he looks like the killer from the show.
Yeah.
And it really was him?
Yeah.
What the
Where
heck?
did I post those? Did I post those?
Yeah, it was a little unnerving.
Hold on, let me find it. I know I got it here somewhere. But yeah, he's part of a NFT project, and
what is it? Axemen or what is it? Killer.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the guys.
Are they're really twins? Obviously.
Yeah.
His twin wasn't there though. Huh?
No. It's the Salamanca twins. No, the Salamanca was the main dude, right?
Yeah, Salamanca was the uncle, right?
Look at this. 10 years ago, I had breakfast with this guy, and I'm still waiting for his next book.
Wow.
Right.
Well, dude, Stranger Things 3 season 3 was 3 years ago because I saw the drawn and quartered picture I did from season 3.
Oh, there's a picture of never mind. Steve Caballero from
Bones Brigade.
Where was it? Okay, it's in here somewhere.
Man, Wahlbergs. I didn't know they had Wahlburgers there.
Dude, we went and there he is.
Oh,
we
yeah.
we went and ate there on Saturday with everybody, and then I told my wife, and so on they are the Salamancas. Oh, okay, cool. My wife
Hey,
wanted to
John,
go,
how you doing?
so I ate there twice within 24 hours.
Oh,
It
was that
was
good, huh?
so good, dude.
Man,
Wahlburgers
see, I wanted a Wahlberg so bad. I didn't know they had them. Where was it? Which casino?
it was out front of Bally's. I don't think it's technically part of Bally's, but they have a little shopping center area there right in front
Is
of
that on the
Bally's.
strip?
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to go there because I always wanted. I watched the show, that Wahlburger show.
Yeah, dude, it's good. It's good.
It looks
Um,
good, man.
it was funny
Hey,
because
what's a
we were dropped
Salamanca?
off at Bally. We were dropped off at Bellagio to watch the waterworks display thing, and then we were gonna go eat at Caesar's buffet, right? So we get our group over there, and we go over to the buffet, and they're like, "Okay, there are 326 people ahead of you," and I'm like,
Whoa.
"Yeah." So I guess these days you really need to get what do you call it? Reservation.
And that's just a
Reservation.
buffet. Dang. I mean, I
So
know the lines used to be
I'm like,
crazy.
Wahlburgers is across the street. I'm like, let's go there. So we did. That was great. It was really good. So
Man,
yeah,
now I want a Wahlburger.
this is the dude. He's like super into NFTs. He was super stoked to meet me. So he's a big fan.
Nice.
Wow, just don't get us bad side, man. We've seen how that goes.
Yeah. And
What's
then
a
he
Salamanca?
wanted to I was giving these shirts away. And then I gave one to him and I'm like, you want one for your brother? And he's like, yeah. Give me a bigger one though, because he got kind of fat.
Whoa, really? So there's no what you call it? What isn't it? Aren't they going to show up for like flashback scenes and like Better Call Saul or something? Or I don't know.
I think they already did.
Did they? Well, they have to computer CG.
What is that shirt you're wearing? So I made these dye sublimated shirts to promote all these different NFT collections that we were with. Some of the areas again. Let me see if I can get a good shot. Oh yeah, and oh my gosh, dude, that was a Wagyu tomahawk, 32 ounces of Wagyu ribeye.
You can eat that,
Tomahawk.
bro? That's crazy.
It was no, I split it between me, my wife, and my daughter. It was so good, dude. So freaking good. I couldn't even express. That was probably the best piece of meat I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
But now I'm so hungry right now.
Bet you go for those breakfast sausages.
Okay,
right
here it
now.
is. Here. So we went to Vegas and we had these. We went with two other NFT projects. One was the Cyber Hornets, which Elliot did. If you look down here, see where it says Animus King. And these are the NFTs that Elliot drew. The first project he did. So we were there with them, and then we were there with the Den of Dragons, which is another NFT project that I'm involved with. That I'm an ancient dragon. So one of the founders, because I created the utility for the project. But here's our big old display, and we ended up having the coolest display at the con because apparently I'm the only one who's ever gone to cons before.
Wow.
Isn't that
Wait,
cool?
is that 3D or that's just you moving the camera around?
No, they're like C-shaped curved
Yeah, it's
displays. Really
shell.
easy to put up and take down too.
That looks cool.
It's like soft
and that's
fabric.
Kanan's work, and then there's Weldon's work, and then I helped them put together the team for the comic book, which is Mike Barron and Ben Herrera. And those dragons down there, if you saw them, those are Kanan's dragons as well. He did that NFT collection. And then all the Funky Monkey Frat House stuff is mine.
Nice.
Right. Oh, Mike, you gotta
pause. How do you pause?
You gotta pay a question there. What's it called? The super chat.
Oh, Doug Ernst says, "Send me the link, Mike. I have an exclusive for you." An exclusive. All right.
You're like, I'll bite.
Wait, read Rhaegar.
Read Rhaegar?
Rhaegar, everything's
Elvis
awesome.
buffet. You go there and eat until you. He didn't croak at a buffet. Croaked on the toilet.
true. It's true. It's true.
All right, where's Doug?
I do now. I'd like to try those fried peanut butter banana sandwiches. Though. It sounds like it'd be delicious and dangerous.
Well, this makes it awkward.
Rhaegar is saying, check channel. It's not real.
Check what
Oh, wow.
channel?
Doug Ernst channel.
That's not the real Doug Ernst.
That's what Rhaegar is saying.
Check channel. It's not real. Oh, don't do it. Okay. Well, I can't anyways because I'm blocked by Doug Ernst on Twitter. So.
Oh, that's too
Wah,
bad.
wah. All right, let's see what you're doing there, Elliot.
I just want to show everybody some of the recent stuff on the Kicking of Doom. And I showed you some of this stuff already, right? Did I show everybody this stuff recently?
Some of it. It's hard to. Yeah, I've seen that one.
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, because you keep making
So
more
is this-
pages, bro.
Yeah, I do. I do make the more of the pages.
You do. And I save this for when someone brings art up.
Nice. Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
Right. Right.
I was actually saving it for Aaron, but he's not here.
This is a great panel here.
Uh,
I like that. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
so this is the last couple I finished recently.
yeah, I've not seen that for sure.
This is new stuff.
Cool.
Looking good.
I have my finger in the way, so I'm like, what's going on here? These are the ladies from the Bible study.
Oh, that's cool.
I forgot.
It's the ladies
have
in their
another-
80s from here to White Castle.
Yeah. So it's this one here.
That's cool.
He's like, how did you know that? Hank, we've got to talk. She's got a very southern voice. She talks like this, like she's from Ocala. Anyway, I have family there. This is my latest one I'm working on here.
Awesome.
Yeah. I like that.
So
Cool, making you progress. Making progress.
yeah, just letting people know. It's the overall thing's looking pretty cool.
I just love it because you're able to keep working on this, but in the meantime, you're building out your portfolio, making good money doing the NFTs, and building a future in that space, which frankly just it's much more sustainable.
Trying, man,
unless you're a
trying.
young Ripa. Oh my gosh, did you see? Have you been paying attention to that?
No.
You haven't?
I don't know who that is.
Dude, he's like 2.5 days in. He's made, I don't know. I haven't seen lately. Hold on, let me see.
I don't even know who that is.
Really?
No, I never heard of him. Is that Kelly Ripa, like from that morning show that related to Kelly Ripa? Regis and Kelly?
No, that's not it at all.
Oh man, I
That's
love
not
you.
it at all. It's Eric Gillette.
I have no idea who that is.
So he's a conservative YouTuber.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
I
he's a
don't know.
libertarian. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, conservative libertarian, more libertarian than conservative.
I don't
but,
listen to the commentators.
He might say that he was not conservative, that he was libertarian.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a distinction there.
But you
Okay,
can't-
so what's going on
there
here?
is. But I mean,
So he made $1 million.
There's left-leaning libertarians and there's right-leaning libertarians, which would
He
be
made over $1 million?
conservative libertarians. He has made 1.445. He's almost at $1.5 million in less than 2.5 days. Well, I don't know what time he
Wow,
started,
that's
but roughly
great.
2.5
Good for
days.
him.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a nice one-trick wonder, the man. A one-time thing.
He's starting a
universe.
universe,
Right?
the Ripaverse.
That'll last
So
a couple weeks.
no, dude, it's a 45 day. Is it 45 day or 75 day campaign? Something like that. It's a long ass campaign. This thing's gonna make over $5 million,
Wow, good for him, man. That's awesome.
right?
That's exciting. Wow, good job.
Yeah. And Chuck Dixon's supposed to be on his show today. Well, that's cool. He's an anarchist. Is he an anarchist? I wouldn't say he's an anarchist.
Yeah, I think he says he's an anarchist. He says that.
He's an anarcho-capitalist.
Yeah, anarchist capitalist, someone says this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, better an anarcho-capitalist than the other thing.
Yeah, anarchist is not as crazy as I used to think it was. It's just not for me, but
they seem pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, it's just absolute free market with no government.
Yeah.
Involvement.
There's subtle. It's like Bill Murray said in Ghostbusters. There's subtle levels, little shades of anarchy.
I don't remember that part.
Ghostbusters 2, when he's talking about his laundry.
He was on Tim Pool a couple times. He will be on again. But yeah, he's got everybody pimping for him too. He's got Nerdrotic, Friday Night Tights, obviously, Geeks and Gamers, freaking Salty Cracker,
Glenn Beck,
right? He's got Comicsgate. He's got everybody from all angles pimping this thing. So,
hey.
And
hey,
yes, welcome, Kevin. What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy. I was listening to Glenn Beck this morning, and he would actually mention his comic on the show. So
nice.
Whew.
Yeah,
a lot of advertising.
And his channel is a lot of comic stuff and a lot of political stuff. So it's like, I didn't know how much of his, because I think he probably grew most of his channel based on the politics stuff. But at the same time, he is a nerd.
So what is that name? Isom.
I have no idea.
It kind of angers me.
Hey,
Matt, everything angers you. You need to take some laudanum.
Yeah.
What kind of name is that?
Take a Valium, dude.
It'd be better if it was backwards. Mosi. That would sound cool at least. Mosi
is #1 campaign.
It's probably
I don't know what the name is.
Probably
I don't
a family,
know
a friend or something. Right?
It probably derives from something, I would assume.
Yeah, what is it about? I don't even know what it's a superhero.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
superhero,
you want me to read it? Avery Silman is a common rancher, but that wasn't always the case. After obtaining some unique abilities, Avery spent a brief stint being a hero under the moniker Isom in the city of Floor Park, Texas. Realizing that it wasn't for him, he walked away from this life. But after responding to a call from his sister, some violent altercations ensue and has Avery reconsidering his approach. What happened? Grab Isom #1 to find out. Congratulations on all your success and everything, but that's not the greatest pitch.
Yeah, it
doesn't really hook you into the story.
Yeah, I'm still not clear what's supposed to happen.
That's what I mean.
That art looks cool.
He's getting the support because of who he is and what he stands for.
Who did that art?
And the art's good.
And the book's kind of secondary, but
But hey, I mean, if you can make the money doing that, why not, man? I'd do it too. More power to him.
Huh. Well, good.
But you know what? Some people, it's hard for them to come up with a good pitch. Who was Jeff Potts? Yeah. Jeff Potts.
Well, it's sold.
Jeff, you want to come in here and try to pitch your story again? And he's a really good writer because I hate complimenting Jeff, but I heard some of his audiobook and it made me want to buy the audiobook because the way he writes was like, wow, that's really good stuff. But then he came on here to pitch his book. And no, I'm just kidding, Jeff. I don't want you coming here. You make a mess out of trying to pitch your book. But he just his pitch was absolutely horrendous. So it doesn't mean you're a bad writer just because you can't pitch your book.
No, it's another skill, like altogether. I mean, I'm actually reading the book right now about how to pitch, and I'm like learning a lot from it.
Yeah. Some people are not marketers. Maybe short for isometric. doesn't isometric mean like
Possible.
I only
There's
think
a-
of the
it's-
isometric when you're drawing things on the isometric, like the 2/3 type of scale.
Well, listen, the art looks good. We know what the guy's about.
Oh, hold
At least
on.
I know what he's about.
Jeff wrote a pitch. Now I have to send him the
Uh-oh.
link.
Uh-oh.
I apologize
yeah,
to everyone. In advance.
I think this is pretty cool. I like what he's doing here. I don't know anything about the concept. The character that art looked cool. So that's fun.
Yeah,
Is that
I still don't quite understand the concept of the world, but he has, he's been saying that he's been writing out this entire world Bible and story Bible and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for him. For
Yeah.
him. He has been talking about it for a little while, for the last couple of years. So I'm really happy for
Yeah.
him. This is exciting.
this ain't no
That's
fly
good
by
stuff.
night thing. He's been really putting it together. And dude, he got a warehouse and he's got it all set up, and it's like for a full like whole business thing. He's got his
Yeah,
act
he's
together
all in.
before he even launched. I think he spent like $200,000 or something putting it together before
Huh.
he even launched.
Good for him.
Yeah. It's already printed.
What?
And so he actually, so he already printed it and sold out like in the first couple hours or something. And then he had to like somehow figure out, I don't know. I haven't been paying that much attention since then, but he's got to figure out how to have more stuff to sell. So anyways, this is kind of it's weird because he did his own website. He built his own website, right? He's not on Kickstarter or anything else. So right out the gate, he's already saved about $70,000 in the 5% fee that they take on either Kickstarter or Indiegogo, right? But because it was sort of the first time out the gate, there were some glitches and the website went down. They were having some problems. So even with all these stumbles and running out of stuff to actually sell, he's still, on his third day, and he's got $1.5 million. Jeff.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Jeff.
All right.
Say you wrote a pitch.
I wrote a pitch. Okay.
Prove it.
Okay. You ready? Okay. What if J.R.R. Tolkien and H.P. Lovecraft collaborated on a book, a story whose prose and language mingle with tension and horror? What I've just described is what you get with the debut book by Herman P. Hunter, The Revenant in the Tomb. A return to heroic fantasy filled with deep lore and dark magic and a silent conflict between good and evil. Travel with the mysterious Hel Cedric and his companions Herodini and Telfgir as they follow a seasoned guide named Drom into the dark and mysterious land called the Aranok. A journey to seek the tomb of a notorious figure from ages past. What will they find, and will it lead to their doom?
Wow, Jeff wrote a pitch.
That's pretty good. That's really good.
Actually, I was Rick Piper was pitching his book on a live stream, so I listened to it and I wrote that.
Very nice. Let me see if we can get it. All right, we got
Sounds
right
great.
here, ladies and gentlemen. You can squeeze on over to Amazon and get yourself. I'm gonna put it in the thing. That was a good pitch.
Well, I thank you. I have to write stuff down in order for me to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, we should go back to the last time you were on so I could play the horrendous thing you considered a pitch last time.
Get off me, man.
He's like,
He
it's
do
a
this
book.
to people.
There's characters, they go after a thing.
Because the guys, they go out like to this place, and he's got like a sword, and things attack and stuff dies, and the end.
Yeah. And so since I mocked you so horrendously for that you decided to actually write a pitch.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. The thing is since I'm self-publishing and I don't have to do a campaign, I don't have to pitch anything. So,
Wait,
if you'd
Jeff,
like to
this
sell
is
it,
not-
you do.
huh?
Jeff, you're Herman Hunter.
I'm Herman Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Do you know
Jeff is his pen name.
Do you know the story behind the pen name?
No, I do not.
Yeah, when I've actually published a book back in 2000. It was a nonfiction book, and when I did, I noticed that I went on Amazon. There was like 2 or 3 other Jeff Pottses there, who were also writing software books, there was like a Jeff Potts and a J Potts or a Jeff something Potts, and I was like, oh crap. So this time,
Hey, did people call you Potsy growing up?
yes.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
and that episode where Potsy married Joni, which
Mhm.
is in 5th grade. 5th grade was a living hell.
Oh, that's like me with ET. Yeah.
Phone
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh,
People still buy me Reese's
Elliot.
Pieces. People still buy me Reese's Pieces because of that.
Phone
Reese's
home.
Pieces.
Elliot? You gonna name the kid Elliot?
Well, I bought the book. I'm excited.
you did?
Really?
Nice.
Yeah. I just
So
did.
did I. I still haven't listened to it.
I don't have
Okay.
I didn't get the audio, but I got the regular book. I'll
Okay.
check it out.
Oh,
Cool.
there
I'm
you
Well,
gonna
go.
have
thank
to
you.
get it now too.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There you have it. See, that pitch was so much better, Jeff. People are actually buying your book now.
Yay!
Good.
Well,
Well-
actually, actually, they have been buying it, so I'm not. But thank you, thank
You
you,
got
I'm
it.
excited. I'm excited for you,
Great.
Jeff. That's great.
thank you, and I will leave you guys to do comic artist stuff.
We haven't
Alrighty.
even done
Nice
many
to hear you,
comics.
Jeff.
Nice to hear you too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
Get out.
Wow.
That was a great exit.
Wow.
Revenant and the Tomb, ladies and gentlemen, by our own Jeff Potts. Please do go and check it out. Mike, do a book review. I haven't read it yet. Hey, Gary's in the chat. What's up, Gary? Gary, you have the link if you want to come in. You know how to do it. Comics Bear says better than a Nasser pitch. Well, duh.
I think I might have to get that audio though.
Yeah, the audio is really. Here, let's play the. I wonder if they have the preview.
I like
for the
audio.
audio book. Here,
I'm
all
trying
right.
to save.
Let me see.
save
Let me
money
do
on
this
stuff.
and make sure we have the audio set. And hold on. Share screen, audio. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Dangerous deed laying down gold in a place such as this, Dram said as he set his flagon back on the tavern table. Halfway through draining the beer from his mug, a single talon bounced and banged on the worn wood of the rude table. It was a long bar of gold as thick and as long as a man's index finger. A precious thing, it shimmered in the light of a single tallow candle. Finally coming to rest on the worn and stained wood of the table, it lay exposed to the ready glare of greedy eyes. Dram's cautious stare briefly fixed on the golden token, and then quickly scanned the room. Extending his hand, he reached out and covered his prize before scooping it under his palm. Perhaps you should check if it is truly gold, said Halcedric, his keen grey eyes fixed on the older man. The pair couldn't be more unlike. Youth contrasted with wizened age. Halcedric stood tall and proud, a knapsack slung over one shoulder, tight flaxen curls cut trim atop a fair face, barely touched by age.
Isn't that great?
See that sounds great.
Right?
I just bought the audiobook
There you go. There you go.
because of that. 'Cause
Who
that-
is reading the audiobook? The narrator is Steve Fortune. I just picture
So
some
good.
bearded guy with a. I pictured Gandalf reading that thing. That was
I also picture Bill Murray from Scrooged. I forswear, therefore I forswear, or whatever.
I do swear for sir. Oh,
Really
man.
cool.
This is
Man.
a
That's
good
awesome.
reading
I can't
voice.
wait to listen to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great reading voice.
You know who's good? You know who's a good reader too? I was always impressed. I bought a audiobook for Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Neil Gaiman, he's a great reader too.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
man.
read it
I love
himself.
Yeah, it's excellent. It is excellent. I think it's called Mythology, but it's Norse. It's based on it has Thor's hammer on the cover,
Mhm.
and it's a unique interpretation of it, of course. And then it has I love it, so good. He takes some of the old the Norse mythology, and then he reinterprets it with this he's using his own modern language to tell the story, and it's it's great. But this last narrator we just heard, amazing. That sounds awesome. Can't wait to listen to it.
Very good. And here's some of
wow.
our Dragon Guild work.
That looks great, man.
So Dragon Guild is no longer doing the
Thank you.
For those who are paying attention, they're no longer doing the TCG World plots. If you own one of the NFTs, what they've done is they're launching a Web3 casino, and they're gonna airdrop profits from the casino to the NFT holders. No response. You know, Elliot's trying to respond, but he muted himself. So, yeah, still muted.
You hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
And I was just gonna say, Amy Lester made me giggle. She said, "This is my title audio book." I love it. No, that's cool, man. So there's like a casino somewhere in the world, in the metaverse, and you can do things there and get stuff.
Well, it's a Web3 casino, so I don't know exactly how that's going to work out. It's not. I don't think. Well, I don't know. I haven't been paying that much attention. This is just the basic information I know. So Web3 doesn't necessitate that it's metaverse. It just means that it's crypto based. So, blockchain, crypto, metaverse is also Web3, but yeah, they're opening up an online casino, and casinos tend to make money, and profits are going to the NFT holders. So it sounds like a decent utility if you want an NFT that actually returns some dollar bills.
I like how Cousin is making very supple flesh. It's very nice.
Bye, Gary.
Thanks. Thank you. I gave her a little bit of a tan in her skin because the earlier models she had lighter skin, so you couldn't see the highlights as well. So I gave her skin a little bit darker tone on this one.
Yeah, she looks a little sweaty. I like it.
Man, can any of these ladies ever go out into the sun, please?
There you go.
Jeez. Oh, that's fun.
I gave her some orc teeth. See, watch this.
She-Hulk.
There you go, orc teeth.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice, man. Good job. Good job. Looking great.
So that way, but it's gonna look kind of freaky, I think, if she has tan skin and orc skin. I mean, orc teeth. I don't know. Maybe it works. I don't know.
Nah, it works.
Okay.
Yeah, Demon Child. I love it.
Yeah. Just stuff her into a little box so that you can wear as a backpack.
Ooh, look at it. Oh, I like it.
And I got some gold too. Wait, how does it work? Gold. Where did I put them? There you go.
Gotta hide them hips.
Gold. And then here's the first one I made. Great.
I like your airbrush and stuff. It's really nice.
Yep. And I gave her some leather pants. See, it kind of goes with it. If you want to put that in there.
I have a pair of those. Buddy. I have a pair of those.
Thanks, Kevin.
I will pay you not to wear them.
So that's like an NFT collection?
Yeah. This is for the Dragon Guild NFTs. So.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, all these different elements to just combine them. I even gave her like some axe. Let me see if you can give her a brown axe here. Let's see.
Dang, man.
I saw what you were showing too, Kev. I'm looking forward to getting to your close up in a minute. That's good too. I saw.
Oh, that's all good. I'm just surprised. I'm like the level of detail and stuff, and that's an NFT collection. I'm like, man, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I hate Matt Costin. Did I say that loud? My bad. I was just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I got here. See, I'm working on the pauldrons right now. On these, I kind of want like a dino type of dragon look to them, so I'm working on that.
I like it, man.
And this mixed matched armor there, but yeah, I gotta I try to make it so they're not overlapping, too weird of a way.
Dude, I wish wish my project wasn't as complicated as it is, because that's the way to go right there. Just change out parts and it's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. That's and because they said I was gonna do different
Sad.
hand positions, and they said probably don't do that to make it more complicated.
Yeah, mine's
like,
gonna
alright.
be really complicated. And you know what's funny? I got to figure out how to. Did Mike leave? Did Mike left?
What happened?
Yeah, Mike is gone. But anyway, I can't really talk about it here, but I can show you guys later or something.
Oh, cool. I like seeing secret stuff.
Yeah, this is I'm backed up on this project myself, and I'm like, oh, because I'm trying to think it through, and I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna work with all the stuff that we tried, but they were convinced that they have a, some special programmer guy. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. What else? You know what? I'm gonna stop sharing because I just realized Mike comes back and accidentally puts up what I'm doing. Something like that. All right, cool. So Mike kicked Mike. That's good.
Mike kicked Mike. What the
How
heck?
did Mike kick Mike? That's crazy.
We're like in an alternate universe.
Not only says Elliot's saying I am the captain. I don't have
I
any
am the
control of the
captain.
controls. I can't do nothing. I can't even stop the stream. I can leave. That's about it. Gosh, if we all left, would it cancel the stream? No, it wouldn't, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was
no.
I hope Mike didn't choke on a peanut or something.
Yeah, we don't want to leave Mike doing all night into the morning chair stream again like that long time ago.
Well, I can only hang on for so long, guys. I got I got brain issues. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So everybody's doing good. Okay, cool. How you doing, Kev? What's going on with you, brother?
Let's see. I am wrapping inks on a page to send to the colorist who already has some pages, and I'll do a little close up right in the
That's
window.
a great panel, man. I love it already.
And let's see.
Oh yeah.
Big mutant cyclops thingy.
Oh yeah.
Close up of his face.
There's not secret stuff on this page, right? Because I want to be able to look at it.
No real spoilers. I mean, eventually, you kind of meet this guy in the story anyway, so it's kind of not a big deal. And
oh, what happened just now?
Is Mike's back?
Here comes Mike.
See,
where'd you go, bro?
I went to go get my food.
No, that's fine. I just didn't know you. I was like, did we lose you? That looks awesome, Kev.
I didn't want to interrupt. Matt was in the middle of explaining stuff, so.
Nice.
Wow.
Whoa.
That makes more sense now. I see it now. It was smaller. I had a hard time seeing it, and I can see it.
Yeah, it's got one eye Cyclops, right?
Yeah.
Cyclops, man, that's freaky.
Did you just say a one-eye Cyclops?
Well, usually there's like what, two eyes?
No. Cyclops is
that's a bicyclops.
Sauron.
Yeah.
Two-eyed Cyclops is a bicyclops.
No, there is no brown eye of Sauron.
A biclops.
It's okay, man. Just keep working on your.
No, I thought there were two the Eye of Sauron and the one Cyclops eye, the Psy eye.
Okay, let's see her.
Whoa, what is that? Is that someone spamming?
Yeah, let me go block them.
Well, that's good times. YouTube, you can always, wait for it to destroy itself. The two-eyed Cyclops is like it's like an audiobook with subtitles.
What do
A
you
two-eyed
call
Cyclops is a person.
It's a bicyclops.
A biclops? What about a triclops?
First of all, who are you?
A triclops has his third eye opened, right?
Yeah. Triclops. I'm gonna make a triclops. It just sounds cool.
Wait a minute. Does a Cyclops? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's a He-Man character, Triclops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on just for a second. I'll prove it.
Oh, is it the guy with the telescopic eye?
Yeah. There you go.
Whoa.
There's Triclops.
Yeah.
He's a tricyclops.
So
you see, Cyclops can have more than one eye.
I wonder, does a Cyclops have a third eye?
Yeah, that one does.
No, not real third eye. Come on, man, work with me. Gosh, man.
All he has is a third eye. That's his only eye. The other ones are gone.
I liked you
Rick,
better.
are you gonna get my channel banned, bro?
What's he saying?
I can't say it.
Oh, I get it. I see it now.
All right, Kevin. Since we got an update from Elliot and Matt, and I didn't since you came in, what's up with you? Give us an update on what you're working on and how it's going and all that fun stuff.
Wait. Can I just step in real quick? I just asked him that when you interrupted flipping screens around. I just want you to know that. Go ahead. Go on.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Kevin got his armband on with your information. I don't know if it's important information.
Yeah.
Get that little wristband.
I've got pages with the colorists, and the colorist Alonzo is coloring something right now, and I am working on this as we see. One of the pages I got to finish up. The 3 pages left on the book to ink. Redraw. You guys saw the redraw right last week or the week before.
Mhm.
Remember? So I got that, and
how'd that end up?
Huh?
How'd
I'm
that
not done
page
with
end
it.
up?
Not done with it yet because I went to visit family right when I was working on it that week, or last week.
How much medical information are you showing us on that armband?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Oh, sorry.
That's what I was trying to say.
Kev, man, all your dudes are so sexy, shiny. They look like the sax man from Lost Boys.
Yeah,
you look like Chris Hemsworth.
Well, the hairstyle is inspired by Chris Hemsworth's Thor, but yeah, man, I was in the I had a stress test for my heart today, and that's what that is. I'm throwing my medical information on here. Shit. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll share that. You know what? Here's the deal, man. I feel like you're the Bionic Man, bro. They can rebuild you. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah, I hope so. I did the stress test, and that wasn't fun. I had
Did it make you run?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to. Well, not run, but
walk real fast.
On a treadmill, and then they subtly raise it up and do the incline. And when it got to the full incline, dude, I was heaving.
I hate that. That's terrible. That's torture.
Yeah, I was like, I was trying to hang on, man, and I got my heart rate where it needed to be, but I was like, dude, this is nowhere as it shouldn't be as this hard as it is, and I just came back from Tennessee and was with my dad and visiting with him, and we were walking around Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I was.
It's such a great name.
That's where I'm going next. That's where I'm going next week.
Really?
Yeah, dude, we're like brothers, bro.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I just said that twice. We're like brothers, bro.
Yeah, it's really nice. The place where we were at was just like you could just walk down like a block and you'd be on the main drag of all these shops and stuff. And so I was walking around a lot, but it was like 90 some degree heat the entire time that I was down there. And we visited this one place called Parrot Mountain that had all these parrots and other types of birds. And it's, dude, it was like,
home with you?
No, but I did take pictures. I shared some pictures.
You shared them on the Facebook.
Awesome.
Yeah, I showed a couple of.
Wait, is that where you found that Smack Your Mama's seasoning?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was a shop down there that had a bunch of different sauces. The Smack Your Mama. Yeah, I was like, I got to show Elliot. And then little did I know, I went into Walmart this evening, and there in the spice thing is Smack Your Mama, and I was like, it's been here the whole time, man. It wasn't anything special. It's been here the whole time. I
gotta check it out.
I feel foolish, but anyway. But that was really fun.
It might not have been there the whole time because it takes time for some of those. Well, it takes time for a small business to get that level of distribution.
That's true.
Yeah, my buddy Brett owns Swell Soda here, right?
Yeah,
and they recently got distribution with was it Cost Plus? What's the one with the international market? Is it Cost Plus? I think it's called Cost Plus. And yeah, so my aunt or my wife's aunt was out in Ohio, and she got all excited because she saw Brett's soda in Ohio at the Cost Plus there. It's like,
Yeah.
how dare you eat on stream, Elliot?
Can
you hear me?
The part of Siege
Oh my
will
God.
be played by Elliot today.
Wait, you can still hear me?
Sound like you're killing crickets or something.
Dude, I thought I was quiet.
What
I
you're
thought I
eating
muted
is
my
not
mic.
quiet. What is it?
But I muted my mic.
Tortilla chips? Sheesh.
Yes. I needed some corn in my life.
You got to eat soft things like salmon.
Yo, I can't eat salmon.
So
So
you can't hear me eat.
I know
Right.
because it's all mushy in your mouth. It's gross. Hey,
It might.
so
Yeah.
Oh, good. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna ask Mike. Did you bring the business cards? Did you find them?
Yeah, I got your business cards.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, man.
Your business cards, man.
I forgot them at the expo. Go ahead, Elliot. Sorry about that. Are you eating chips?
I don't know if Elliot can hear. Can you hear?
He's muted.
maybe-
I muted myself
Oh.
because I was offending people with my chomping chips.
It just made me hungry.
I was upsetting all the salmon eaters of the world.
Yeah. I think
That's why I
salmon.
had to go get food, man. We were talking about food earlier. I'm like, oh, I'm getting hungry now.
I eat my food online, so hey.
And
I
of course,
can't
you
say-
know, on Wednesdays, my wife always makes dinner as the show starts.
Same here.
So we got to talk about listen, guys. We got to talk about something really important.
What's that?
I'm upset that Hasbro put out that tank that I can't afford. So
Oh yeah.
I'm going to just cry here in a minute while Mike makes fun of me about GI Joe and also eating chips on his live stream live.
Is it?
But-
Hey, is his right? His tank?
Yeah, his tank. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it looks pretty cool. But they got
Yes.
that. You see the last? Did you get it? You didn't get it, did you?
No. Kevin.
I'm
You
not,
mean?
You know what they
Kevin, I
need to
got
do?
he got it.
They need
I
to
can't,
make.
no,
They need to make my design. So when I did GI Joe versus Transformers, I designed Optimus Prime as a his tank, and I
Dude,
designed it. What?
They're doing it. They're doing
What?
Well, I'm not sure they're doing that, but they did a Megatron has Baroness on his like she's operating Megatron now.
yeah.
They're doing O-ring fig the original style
Mhm.
with the Transformers of those vehicles.
Yep.
I think what is Megatron? Is he a Jeep or not? No, right?
No, Megatron is usually a gun, but he recently more, I guess, to make more sense because of his size versus the size of the pistol. He's now a lot of times a tank. So they just is like, hey, he works for his tank. So boom, there you go.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they're starting to do that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But I know that I saw her with him, and I did see. I thought someone else was with someone else was a Jeep or something. But anyway, so I've been watching these cartoonist kayfabe videos. You know who those guys are, Mike?
Heard of him?
Ed Piskor and Jim Rugg. They're really cool. They do some really cool videos. They're a little bit on the avant-garde side of comics. But listening to them talk about comics makes me want to draw more comics.
Oh yeah.
And Mike, I think something's happening to me. Kevin, I want you guys are my like you guys are like my support group here.
Oh, okay.
I think I want to draw comics for the rest of my life. I'm doing
sorry.
It's terrible. I'm so mad. Dude, so here's what's happening, right? I've been doing Doom Kicker things, and I'm falling in love with it. Then I'm watching these guys talk about not so much falling in love with Doom Kicker so much as it is just the process and the craft.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening to these guys talk. They're going over. I think a year or so ago, they did a series. They went through each volume of Katsuhiro Otomo's Akira.
Oh
For
yeah.
those of you who speak French. And man, that analysis is amazing. They had already done Domu, and the one guy thinks that Domu may be a prequel to Akira.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm inclined to think so too. But anyway, it's just not just that they were going over Alan Moore's 1963 books, and he did for Image. It's awesome, man. Like they go through a great analysis. They both went to Kubert School, and I just feel like they're really into like when they really they get excited about those books that are more like more avant-garde, more like your underground indie books. But
Yeah.
their knowledge and their appreciation for all the comics is impressive. They were the ones that did all those videos for a while. That they were just going over the old school Wizard magazines. But they've also had Grant Morrison, and they've had John. Did they have John Byrne? They had Eric Larson. They had a bunch of these different people. They interviewed them, and Frank Quietly did join them in an analysis of one of the volumes of Akira. Man, it was awesome, man. It is awesome. I think you guys should give those guys a spin. I think that's if you're interested in comics and you're interested in the craft of comics, that's a fantastic channel for it. Whereas here we're into talking about food and
Have you ever
noises.
seen anyone eat ice cream with chopsticks?
No, Michael.
We're
Why would
about
you do
to,
that?
right?
That's ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous.
What?
Why would you do that?
Why not?
How do you scoop the ice cream? Seriously? Is that how they do it in Japan too?
No, they use spoons in Japan.
Was I a racist just now? Did I say that?
Racist.
See?
What the heck are you doing?
You just scoop the ice cream with the chopstick like that. And then
you're
you...
not scooping it, you're clumping.
You just dropped it.
Uh-huh. Toma pa que goce. Toma pa que goce.
Relax.
Hopefully you had no artwork on the bottom.
Cookies and cream. My son brought the whole box in here.
Oh.
Mm. Hey, John De La Rosa's in the chat. What's up?
Do you want to see?
That's like eating pizza with spoons. What?
Or I just carve your heart out with a spoon.
Mm.
What is that, Matt Costin? What is that?
That's my new avatar.
Did you draw that?
No, that's just my new avatar. It's a sticker with Kermit drinking iced tea. You know how he causes trouble and then he just starts drinking tea.
Yeah,
like, that's none of my business. but he made a comment, started something. I don't know, man. I see these comments. I don't know. I think I get sometimes frustrated with the melancholy. So I feel like I got to stir the pot. But I've learned to cut down on it. Like sometimes I'll start typing. I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. And then, but I'll do it to friends' pages, to their friends. And
hey Matt,
huh?
You know what I think about that?
What?
Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
Good one. I knew that was coming. I was like, like, oh, here we go. I actually like that one. That's my favorite response. Thrilling, but nice.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to be quiet. I'm getting away from the microphone.
Hungry.
Hold on. Can you hear it now?
No, you're fine, Elliot.
No.
Hold on.
Yeah, we can
I
hear
hear it. That's a good mic.
It is a good mic. I'm mad at my son because he got it first.
Is it a Yeti?
Wait.
Huh?
Is it a Yeti?
Yeah.
Cool.
Why does he have a mic? Oh, for his rapping.
Yeah, he bought it for Christmas money one year, and then but he doesn't have a computer anymore because he had my old one and it finally conked out. So I want to buy him a system eventually, but I'm trying to get him to hustle and help me split the cost for it so he can practice some what do you call it, some responsibility and such. But nevertheless, he's not using it right now. So I gave him my small snowball. I have an extra one. I gave him the snowball, and I was like, "Hey, use this." And he brought it to his buddy's house and left it there. I said, "That's great, son." Now I'm keeping your microphone. So now I got. Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. He's learning stuff. The summer has been a challenge for a lot of us, but he's trying to do his summer school and handle that stuff. He's doing a good job. Jeff Potts says, "Keep eating, Ellie. I'm going to get some dessert." Listen, I can't do it to Michael. Michael clearly is upset that I'm chewing on his live stream.
No,
So I'm
no,
gonna
no.
stop.
By all means.
No. It's
Thanks,
too late.
Steve.
It's too late. Now I'm just going to drink my water.
Mr. Miller, when will you upgrade your microphones? I don't know. I can't tell if I'm just using the setting wrong or what, but it's kind of muffled, huh? It's not really clear.
How does mine sound?
Yours sounds great.
Really? Does it improve? Is it like better than the one I had?
I don't know.
I can't remember, right?
No.
Yeah, see, I can't remember. Maybe it's just the way I have it next to my face.
Yeah, how about if I stick this like right up in my face? I'm sure it sounds.
See, there you go. It sounds more like.
Yeah, man. But then
this
you
one
can't
might
see
sound-
my beautiful smile.
That's true, and it is a beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you.
When you called earlier, my wife goes, "Who's that?" So that's Mike Miller. She goes, "Oh, okay." Hi.
Amy thinks my audio is fine. Take that, Alpha.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, we
Doesn't
get
sound
the
bad.
chat to fight between each other.
Yeah.
You guys want to watch some videos from Twitter?
Of what?
Of what, Michael? Of what?
Is my
Hold
audio
on.
okay? Mine's through my camera, so I don't know if it sounds good or not.
It's not. Doesn't sound like. It sounds fine. It doesn't.
Oh!
It doesn't sound like crazy high grade, but it sounds pretty good.
Oh, okay, good.
It sounds like you're on a video call, so this is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Versus like. That's all I got.
Yeah, I've got one of those snowball mics, but I can't. I don't have an arm to attach it to on my desk, so I have to wait until I can get
Man,
one of the
the
arms.
arm is okay. I think I liked it better when I had it on the tripod, the way I had it for a little while.
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
actually, because this is supposed to be out of the way, right? But actually, well, I guess it's working out now. You guys said it was better now. I was gonna say I might just get something else where it just sits on the desk. My son lost the screws that holds to the base. Anyway, Amy Lester's is laughing at my sound effects. Thor: Love and Thunder set to lose millions in potential revenue as China release prospects dim.
So, I'm not going to go through this whole article here, but the long and the short of it is Disney's refusing to cut the gay crap out of their movies, and they're going to lose countless billions of dollars constantly doing it because apparently they're trying to shove the gay agenda down the rest of the world's throat, and the rest of the world's like, yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, and that's even worse because they've already said that this movie is like crazy expensive anyway.
Yeah,
and like it's way more expensive than most Marvel movies, and that doesn't help them at all by doing that, by cutting out the market.
And it's really dumb because well, okay, here's the thing. Korg is a rock.
Yeah.
And so there's no female Korgs.
Yeah.
So the way that a Korg, reproduces is two Korgs go and submerge in lava for some length of time, and they emerge with another Korg. And so all Korgs are male. Even though they don't have any male appendages, they just identify as male. And so it makes it sound like my two dads, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So they have the my two dads thing, which they put in a totally unnecessary scene where then he's also asking Valkyrie, about a girlfriend. And then and it's like a totally unnecessary little bit that could completely be deleted from the movie. And no one would even notice it was gone because it doesn't forward the plot at all.
Yeah.
And they're going to lose billions of dollars because.
Yeah.
Well,
But
maybe not billions from this particular movie, but hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose because they're more concerned about agenda than they are about making money.
Oh yeah, they're
It's like
willing to lose it too.
It's like they're doing the opposite of Top Gun.
Yeah.
So weird.
I look at to the point where look at DC Warner Brothers. They don't even have a booth at Comic-Con coming up next week. You know, DC
Oh, really?
didn't have a booth last time. DC, it was just Warner Brothers. DC had no booth.
Oh, right, but they did have a section in the Warner
Yeah,
Brothers.
in Warner Brothers, they just did like a little flash on the screen, and then they had a signing at certain times of the day.
Oh no,
Yeah.
they had a little section in the back corner of the Warner Brothers booth that was for.
It was like a real
for
small
comic
little
signing. Yeah.
And it's just like it was just like put in the corner. It used to have this giant DC display that was in the middle of the convention, just huge, and now it's just like a little tiny thing in the back.
Alpha Protos says, like with the Groots, right? All Groots are Groot. No, because plants are male and female.
Are they?
Yeah. You never grew weed, Elliot?
What?
Whoa.
Why don't you just call them a taco, a morning taco, and get it over?
That's not. They don't sell that at my Bageta.
Exactly.
I don't know if trees are male and female, but I know like plants are, and I don't know if it's all plants, but yeah.
Look,
yes, plants are male and female.
It's just ridiculous. These things don't need to be part of the story at all.
Yeah.
I don't care if you feel
Totally
that way or
unnecessary.
identify in something, but just make a fun movie and get it over with. And the worst part is, like you guys said, it was like it cost them like 250, I think it was, to make the
million.
movie. Yeah, that's insane.
They've made 350 so far, but you know.
So you got to double that, right? Because as they say, the classic formula is double that for marketing and merchandising or commercials.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is, and that just to like guarantee that you're gonna walk away with a good return, a successful return, you got to cross that billion just because the movie's so doggone expensive.
Listen. So okay, if you add all this up, it will be billions. The MCU films that China has blocked thus far include Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Doctor Strange plus Thor. So that's probably $2 or $3 billion they've lost.
You're probably right. Good luck.
Good job, Disney. You keep it
up.
High.
That being said, I'm not a big fan of trying to please China anyway.
Yeah.
But it's not just China. There's plenty of other countries. It's just the biggest market.
Right.
But yeah.
But again, Top Gun. They pulled it off. You know why? Because it's a great movie.
It was.
It's about telling us. It's about a story, man.
And they didn't even kowtow to China though, because China wanted them to take the Taiwan flag off the back of his jacket.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, man, I would tell him to kiss my grits. You know what I mean?
They did.
That's what he did. He called these guys in Clearwater. Tom Cruise said, "Let me call my buddies over at. Let me call Billy Barbarino. And hey, what do you guys say? We're not doing it. Dunzo." And they cut out. And guess what? They didn't Top Gun earn $1 million or $1 billion already?
Over $1 billion now.
Nuts. Dang. That's nuts.
Yeah, let's see where it's at now. Let's see Box Office Mojo.
They kowtowed. Was it Red Dawn? The remake of Red Dawn. They had China invading the U.S. and then China didn't like it, so they had them CG it to Korean flags all over the place. North Korea.
Wow, Top Gun is still number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
It's still in the theater.
Yep.
Good, because I haven't seen it. I'd like to see it.
Oh, opening. Let's see where's totals. Worldwide, 1.189 billion with a B.
Yeah, I heard they beat out Titanic as the top grossing now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And that's all in every other country but China, right?
What, Titanic?
No.
Oh, no. Is this in let me see, international. Let's go to the internationals.
If it was me promoting in China,
it's not in China.
I would have the Taiwanese flag as the movie poster.
It's made 600 million in America alone.
That's insane.
Insane. Insane. It's gonna take 500 million for Thor to break even.
It's not in China.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You know, just to break even is gonna cost them 5.
I'm just saying, dude, the balls on this guy. He just wouldn't take a flag off of a jacket so that it could be played in China and make another $1 billion.
Dude, those Scientologists are crazy, bro. Those Scientologists are ballers.
So awesome. That's so
They live
awesome.
down the street from me. Actually, they live down the street from Andy over in Clearwater. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I can allow it.
I'll allow it.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Let's see how Bitcoin's doing.
This is why. What has happened to this show? Look what we've become.
Rhaegar says it's not about the flag. What is it about, Rhaegar?
I don't think it's about the flag, but it's about us Americans.
Rhaegar says Infinity War was the last great Marvel movie. Yeah, I was just saying that yesterday, that everything after like Infinity War and to an extent Endgame feels like epilogue.
Yeah, I didn't like Endgame that much.
Yeah, when Endgame ended, it was end Marvel to me.
It was end Marvel game. It was it. It let all the air out of the tires. And you know, you were doing conventions, right? You noticed it after Endgame. Actually, it might have been after Infinity War. I can't remember which one it was. But
I thought Endgame was okay.
Maybe it was Endgame, yeah. It just let all the air, like the fans stopped buying all the posters, and the convention circuit just sort of started dwindling down, and it's like, wow.
Because it's the same thing that happens to shows when they marry their cat. When Bruce Willis gets together with Sybil Shepherd at the end, everything tanks. It always does. And that's what they did there. They gave all the tension. That's what everybody was on board for, was all the tension. Then they blew all that, and you're stuck with a finished story. And how am I supposed to care about most of these characters, especially now they're trying? And then every time the show doesn't do well, but they're trying to connect to it, even before She-Hulk comes out, they're already calling us sexist and stuff like that. Like, why? Because your CGI sucks. It doesn't do it to me. And then the same thing with Miss Marvel. I mean, I heard Miss Marvel's decent, but I don't care. I'm not interested in the character.
I'm not at all interested in seeing Miss Marvel.
And that's where Disney's failing. They're doing the same thing with Star Wars. They think that just because I don't know why does it take a fat guy in Tampa, Florida to figure this out in his garage? All you gotta figure out is like, hey, you can't keep doing stuff. People are not gonna buy your stuff just because you own the property. And if you don't respect the property the way those fans care about it, they're not going to come out and see it. And it's been a slow erosion for Marvel because it was building up. Now, I personally don't really care about Thanos, so I didn't need to see the last movies, and I did, but still, I wish I had it because I was doing good there I had a good streak, and I caved in because of Mike. I was like, you really can't, you should really see it. Like, shut up, Mike. And I saw it.
Now it's become the MCU.
Yeah,
right.
It is, but even with like in Thor, spoilers, Jane dies. In case you haven't seen it. But so yeah, we've got Thor back as Thor, so that's not so much an MCU thing. But my issue is, like I said, everything feels like epilogue, and it feels discombobulated. Like everything. What I think they should have done, and maybe they can do it, but they probably won't because they're more concerned about message than they are about money, is cycle back and just start a rebuilding phase rather than, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like I said, everything seems so scattered and so epilogue-ish. Like, well, what happened to them after the big thing that was important, right? Instead of like circling back. And I know they're supposed to end up doing Secret Wars again, but it doesn't feel like we're heading anywhere.
I don't care. Like Multiverse of Madness was meh. and I love Doctor Strange, and it was meh. And I'm like, they wrecked it, man. They here's why, because there's not a focal point for a villain. It's just this nebulous multiverse. That's a TV show, man. That's Lost. That's not a movie, and that's why they're. I mean, well, whatever. Go ahead.
They don't have the guts to go through with like it's kind of like, to me, like Stranger Things. I enjoyed. I guess I enjoyed the last season, but I don't like what they were doing. That they don't. I don't like what they do with the villain. They make it so that it's like these, like, what do they call them? These plant-headed creatures. The
Demogorgons.
Demogorgons.
Yeah, Demogorgons.
Like those existed before the villain that they're fighting now, right?
Mhm.
So, but they don't address what they are, where they came from. They act like he created the Upside Down, but he didn't. I mean,
No.
You know,
that's not what they
I
said.
don't know if everybody's seen it yet, so I don't want to spoil.
Oh yeah, I probably should wait a little bit. But
no, but I liked it. But it really.
I love.
But yeah, it really felt like they brought together something that I didn't think was organized or planned. But then bringing out this last season, it seems like everything was planned from the beginning,
Mhm.
and this does have a next season it'll have a finale. It'll be the last season.
It feels like it's still like floating in a nebulous, like, to me, like, because I know the guy that they make the villain, he's not, to me, he's not the end all. He's not the villain, the main villain. I'm thinking that's what they're gonna do for the last one or whatever. The next season 5, I think they'll make another villain that's the actual legit villain. He's like, to me, he just seems like a pawn, you know. At least that's what I think.
That'd be a good twist, but I don't see it.
Yeah, it seems pretty clear that he's the catalyst for that stuff.
Yeah.
That Upside Down existed though before he just entered into it.
Right. No. Yeah. I mean, he entered that world and he used his power to sort of congeal some stuff and create the Upside Down. He didn't create the Upside Down. He mirrored the world he came from.
Right. And actually, in a sense, he did create the Upside Down, because it wasn't an upside down world to ours.
I don't think it was. I think it was 11.
No, I mean, basically he went to another dimension.
I think the tear in between, let's just call it purgatory, for lack of a better term.
Yikes.
Or we could call it the Upside Down. But when we say the Upside Down, it references that it's a mirror of our world, right? And I think that the tear, the Upside Down, happened because of the tear that was created by 11 in that day in the 80s or whatever the year it was.
Well, I think he's like using the spirit realm. That's what I feel like, basically, for
right. But that's what I'm saying is, like, somehow or another, opening up that window between the spirit world and it's really like hell, right?
Yeah.
Between hell and here, it, like, somehow that moment of time was bled through into that world, and that's why it cloned our world upside down in that world.
Well, the Mind Flayer is the thing that was there before him.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he made that.
No. He was.
He didn't.
The Mind Flayer was there.
Congealed it. He congealed it into the spider type creature.
Yeah, he kept seeing the spiders, and they were. He was connecting with the spiders.
It took shape.
And then when he showed up in the Upside Down, and he saw the Mind Flayers, like, oh, that's what I'm seeing, not the spiders, but the Mind Flayer. He connected the spiders to the Mind Flayer in his mind. Like, in other words, he was inspired. He thought the spiders were the culmination of what he was. What's the word for it? I'm trying to look for a word. Maybe inspired by it. That's not the word, but when he got to the Upside Down, he was like, oh, that's what I was seeing. You know, he's because they show him standing in front of the Mind Flayer, and
but he formed it out of the tornadoes. He constructed it.
I don't think that's what they were implying, but I don't know. I'll go back and watch it, but I don't think that's what they were implying. I'm not sure.
The swirling cloud of doom or whatever it is he constructed it out of, it was a I don't know if it's sentient, but it was a force or a power or something that he did. It seemed that's the way it read to me that he
That's
actually congealed it into the
that's what
spiders
it
that
read.
he.
That's what it read to me too. But I don't see it as sentient. I think he gave it. I think it was serving him based on. I think that's like the wind. Like you can take the wind and make it push a turbine, but it doesn't mean you didn't invent the wind, but it turned into something else. You converted that into some other energy. I think that's what he was. But I still think, regardless of all that, the fact that we're talking about it like this is awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, there's still these cool ideas that we could, and this is where Marvel used to be like that. Marvel used to be like, well, what's going to happen next? Oh, there's a hammer in New Mexico. What does that mean? Where's that conversation now? Oh, Wanda's dead. Great. It's awesome.
Yeah, but
Good job.
that was the thing again about circling back and kind of and heading into a direction. In the early movies, even if the movie was in and of itself its own storyline, then you had Nick Fury come in at the end in the end credits scene and start weaving all these
Yeah.
tales together into that cohesive brand, then into Endgame, and then, like I said, from there it seems like they don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's disjointed. It really is, because the TV shows were setting up Kang, and in a lot of these movies, you haven't heard anything about Kang. Like the TV shows were setting up for the movies, the whole multiverse thing, and how everything was breaking apart, and Kang had something to do with it. And then you saw Loki, and then they were like, "Hey, Kang's the reason all this stuff is happening," but you don't see any of that in any of the movies. None of it's connected.
And that's another problem too, because now that goes back to some a different kind of problem I have with some of this pop culture stuff, especially from Disney. And I always didn't like it from Lucas anyway. I always hated, I really hate comic book summer events where I have to read 75 different books just to get the one story.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me crazy that in order for me to that's why I think it's a bunch of horse stuff. Like that's ridiculous. Like what's going on over there? You just didn't write a good story. If I have to read 17 novels just to understand what one character's motivation is, then you didn't do your job. You didn't make the story. You didn't complete it. So now I have to read all these other things. Same thing with this. I'm the problem with the comic book movies is that I'm treating them like I did the comics. If I don't like your character, I won't read it. I don't care for Scarlet Witch, so I didn't read it. I didn't watch it. I don't care for Loki in that context. Even if everybody says, "Oh, it's amazing," I understand that, but I don't like that character like that. He's not useful to me in that format. So if he doesn't serve the narrative that they were trying to tell, so to your point, Kang is the guy that they introduced in Loki. I heard about all that, but I don't care because I need to see him in the movies that are supposedly the tent poles, the ones that everyone's watching.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not there. So that's why I was a little disappointed especially in Doctor Strange, because I was like, I don't care for America Chavez. She had way too much screen time, and she wasn't a terrible character. I just don't care for her, and it felt like it was serving her purpose instead of it being about progressing Doctor Strange as a character. I feel like they figured out that, oh, this is what Doctor Strange is. Done. We're done. How come? Why is it that Thor keeps trying to find himself? Doctor Strange is now he's got an evil eye. What's going to happen next? Like, why don't we progress him instead? They tried to. I think they attempted to try something like that with Strange, but all it was like a weird redheaded girlfriend from another dimension, and he taught him the same lesson he already learned in that What If show. Which, by the way, was an excellent animation. By the way, I loved that episode of What If with Doctor Strange as Cthulhu stuff going on. That was amazing.
I didn't watch all the What Ifs yet.
The Doctor Strange one's really good.
But
it's the same story. It's about him manipulating reality and that's where the Watcher's like, you can't do that, Strange. But he's trying to manipulate realities because he's in love with old girl. But that's the same story they gave us in the movie. So I already saw that. Where's the next step? So now not only is it disjointed, they're stepping all over themselves with the same stuff. Anyway, long story short, don't care, and it's okay. Like that's the next part of it for me. Is like I don't have to be mad at it anymore. I'm not mad. I'm just not going to spend a lot of time and energy and money on something that I already know it's going to be mediocre.
You want to get mad? Go watch libs of TikTok videos for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'd heard about it for a while, but then I went on Twitter and like someone had liked something, and it was libs of TikTok. I'm like, oh, I'll check their thing out. Holy cow. I was like boiling freaking mad in like 5 minutes of just watching this insane groomer level crap, and I was like, wow, I can't follow that channel. It's too much real stuff to be mad about in the world. That getting mad at comic book movies seems a little stupid.
Yeah.
No, but I think as a creator though, it's a bit insulting to us as people who are trying to tell stories to sell us this idea like, oh, you're gonna buy it, right? Because you're a lemming, right? You're just a mark, right? Just you're a zombie, right? You're a Marvel zombie. You're gonna take it all. Like, no, man. Like after all, I'm not a crazy fan of Obi-Wan either. I was like, all right. Some of that stuff was kind of cheesy. And so guess what? Now I really don't care. They can't sell me nothing no more. I'm literally like, I'll just stream it online somewhere if I have to, just to see what's the hubbub about. And then even then I'm like, do I really need to? I probably should be working on Doom Kicker or something, right? That's how I feel about it now. Am I cranky? Yeah, sure. I'm old, but I'm old. That's okay. Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Well, now that we've got Elliot all riled up, we're 2 hours in, ladies and gentlemen. So I think it's about time to wrap this show up. What, you want to keep going?
Oh, I'm having fun anyway. And I came in late, so I feel like it's shorter because I came in late.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just don't want it to get boring.
Oh, okay.
The only thing you missed out on was the awesome fight between me and Kazan about telescopes.
Oh, okay.
Kazan, like, telescopes are a fictitious of your imagination.
Best argument ever.
I saw
Matt's not here to defend himself. He stepped out.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
So telescopes are a conspiracy theory.
That was awesome. I almost cried when I heard that. I was like, what? Okay, my bad.
Justin Kapar says, where's Galactus? Man, when in Thor, when they were building Eternity, I mean, for a second, what they were building looked like Galactus. I'm like, what? I would really like to see a real Galactus story, not the big floating cloud Galactus from the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
Well, they'll eventually get there. I think, but I don't know if they, again, that's the one thing I was excited about, and I wasn't impressed with that dude as Reed Richards. So they're gonna have to do a lot of overhauling of that for me. However, that's the one thing I could say that I would like. I feel like I have to see that on the big screen. I have to see the Fantastic Four. We don't have any of that yet.
No.
We had it before.
No, not the way, not with a better treatment. Even though I just said that they're not making good stuff, I still want to see a bit. The last one they did was so bad, I have to clean my palate.
I never saw Fantastic.
Yeah, the first half I liked a lot, and then in the last half was terrible. Dr. Doom was so bad.
Really?
Oh man. Yeah.
I just couldn't get past the logo. It literally says Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked. I don't know. I liked all the visuals in Doctor Strange. I enjoyed that. So that was me. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I thought the writing was bad, but I thought enough of the visuals and everything was really fun. The creativity of it, I was just like, oh, look at that. Look at that.
I really enjoyed the earlier Fantastic Four ones. Not the Corbin one.
No, I know what you mean. Alba.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought that was ridiculously bad casting, but still, she's Jessica Alba, so who cares?
I thought Silver Surfer was really cool.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm with you, Kevin. But my problem isn't that I've never had a problem with their effects in the films. I have a problem with the writing, because I'm more than just a guy that likes to see things explode.
Yeah.
So
You're
there
not
was some
John Malin.
there was some cool stuff going on there, which is neat. But um, it's just not. What I'm saying is that it's not enough to carry me through the rest of it. Like I don't feel like I can. I don't. It's literally left me with like I don't care, and that's a bad place. You don't want your guys to be like that. I don't care. You want people to get excited about your product and content.
I agree with that. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's how it was with Thor. I saw this stuff with Thor, and I was like, oh man, I was like, I think, or at least as far as I'm concerned, Thor looked like, and to an extent, I think Doctor Strange can be criticized for the same thing, is that it's going to be like Batman Returns, where they let Tim Burton have too much control, and I think it's the same thing there. They let Taika have too much control, and I think
That's exactly what we were saying before you got here. There was just it was too much goofy. It was a great story. You know, everybody did great. The writing was really good, but the writing was too much of the goofy stuff. It was they could have done with about 30% less jokes.
Yeah.
And it would have and just, you know, build the gravitas up more. Make it you know, make it something a little more weighted. But I still enjoyed it. The kids enjoyed it. And I mean, most of the jokes did land, but it was just too much.
The way I heard it from who's this guy? Jeremy. I forget the guy's name. Jeremy. Anyway, he said it
Jeremy
like,
spoken.
he's a movie reviewer on YouTube. He said he laughed at a lot of the jokes, but after he laughed, he kept thinking to himself, that was funny, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I really listen. I'm not a curmudgeon, man. I like I said, I liked Ragnarok fine. I'm not as excited about it these days because I see where it's going. But if you have Jeremy Johns, yeah, I think that's who it is. The guy that does he said it was it's forgettable in T1 something, and then he does it. It's good if you want to be with a glass of liquor or a drink or something. He's Jeremy Johns. That's it. He said that it was funny, but he didn't think that they were the right beats for this story. So, I mean, I'm glad. I hope he makes more movies. But I would like that to be done to a different character. I'm still waiting for the definitive one. Not that there necessarily is a definitive one, but where do you go? Like, I heard about Herc, right? So he's acting like Herc does in the comics now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If you're going to do a Hercules movie, that's what I would expect. It's a comedy. Because Hercules is always silly. He's a blowhard. He's always drinking. He's having a good time. They've turned Thor into Hercules, and I don't like that. Thor for me is like he's a level higher than Conan in terms of stoicism. Although supposedly like he likes to drink a lot according to the mythology, but that's not the way Marvel presented him. Marvel presented him as noble, and I missed that. I feel like we didn't get that. Just when they were about to give it to us, he made one joke in Avengers, and he says that Loki was his adopted brother, and it didn't stop there. From there on out, it's just a comedy. Like, all right, well, there you go. And I'm sad.
Well, we had 3 serious Thor movies.
Which is the third?
Oh, was it only 2?
It's only the 2.
Oh, okay.
But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what the problem is. They did a serious take, but it didn't land as well. Yeah. Why is that? I would. That's a great discussion. Like why? Yeah, it's writing. But I mean, what was it about the writing that hurt it so bad? Like what? It wasn't 3 because Ragnarok was the third one, and it wasn't. That's when we started with. That's when it became kind of a comedy. But again, it was restrained. Yeah. So you can appreciate it as a restrained comedy, like. I felt like even though he was joking with Surtur, it felt more like he was mocking an old enemy. I didn't see like he was going to start cracking jokes all the time. Yeah, he
Yeah.
says a lot of funny stuff, but he's also dealing with what's his name? The not the High Evolutionary, the Jeff Goldblum's character, who was
The Grandmaster.
the Grandmaster. And I kind of like that take on that character. He's no one's favorite character, so I don't care they change him. But Thor just and it seemed like Thor was like, remember, he was trying to get out of this situation, and he was having trouble with his interaction with Hulk. So like it felt like it came from a personal place that they've been building within the general narrative of all those Marvel Cinematic Universe films.
Yeah.
This one felt like, it sounds like, I haven't seen it, so I won't, and I don't care. It's okay, but it sounds like they went too far, and so now I'm like, well, we're never going to get back to that because that's now the status quo. They'll never do a serious Thor now. The closest that he became serious was when he was in, I think, Endgame, and he was still fat guy Thor. I'm like, I don't want to see fat guy Thor, and everybody's like, oh, he's so awesome. Like, that's not awesome. You don't want to see me in spandex. Trust me. No, I don't mind old guy Thor, but
no, I will always fight for that take on Thor because I've said it since the first one, and everyone's always complaining about that. But it's grief, man. I thought that was really really realistic. And I know it's superheroes, so you don't want to be realistic. But Fat Thor was awesome because of the grief that he was dealing with. I really felt that was a good take on how he would deal with it.
Mike,
right?
That guy's been living for millennia. He didn't have other friends he's grieved over.
He blamed himself for half the universe dying.
He is a lame.
That's an incomprehensible level of blame and grief. Even for a god.
But you know what?
Small G god.
If Walter Simonson was writing that story, he would have been fighting like he recruits Beta Ray Bill and starts murdering people. That's how he handles that, or goes hunting down Thanos or something. He wants revenge.
Where's Beta Ray Bill in all this?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I was hoping in this movie we'd get to see him, and then nothing.
I'm just saying, it's lame. That's okay, but like if people like it, that's cool. I don't care. I'm just saying that
I don't care if other people don't like it.
If you're trying to earn my cash, it has to be a lot more than that. It has to be a lot more. And I just feel like, we didn't get it, and then everybody's gonna be mad at me because like, oh, he's just a fat old guy. I don't care. But it's cool, man. I think to your point though, Kevin, that you were making earlier, it does look cool though, and that's what's attractive to me. Like the roller coaster looks cool, but you only get like the Hulk roller coaster at Universal Studios is awesome.
Yep.
But once you're on the roller coaster, you get off, and that's like the next 30 seconds, you're like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
And then you go on to the next ride. And
Well,
that's how they're treating these.
That's how I was with Doctor Strange. I kind of sat back. I knew, well, with Doctor Strange, where I was really happy with the visuals. I was like, everything was like eye candy for me, and all the shots, just the crazy stuff that was going on in interpreting the magic and stuff. And then I knew who was writing it. It was one of the writers from not WandaVision, but Loki, and I hated how Loki turned out. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting Loki to be the villain in his own story, and we came along for the ride with all this crap that he causes. And it wasn't anything like that. And I was like, how do you have Tom Hiddleston, who's loving playing this character, and then turn him into this, I'm in love with myself. It's supposed to be the Enchantress, or like in the comics, apparently this is the second iteration of the Enchantress, and he's in love with himself though. And I was like, this is garbage, man. And I knew that this was the writer on it, so I knew that the writing was gonna bug me. I'm not gonna curse on my show, but I knew the writing was gonna bug me, and then I kind of just accepted. I was like, I'm going into this for Sam Raimi, and I loved every minute of it, and it's just for the visuals. I don't like movies I don't like movies that where I have to take my brain out and say, you know, you can't demand some sort of logic out of or sort of some well written. But this was one of those movies where I was like, I knew what I'm getting, and I knew I'd probably get mad at it, but let me see where it goes, you know. And I just enjoyed Sam Raimi. I was just like, this is like, I love Batman Returns, but I know why everybody didn't like it. Everybody was mad because, you know, they were expecting something for the kids and they didn't get it, you know. And so I don't know. Like I said, it also was victim of too much, you know. If you didn't like Sam Raimi or if you didn't know Sam Raimi, it would definitely be a juxtaposition like how Batman Returns was, where it was just too much this or too much that. But I had so much fun with the camera stuff and the creativity of his magic, like all the stuff like where, you know, you go into his eyeballs and there's the demons swirl around and they come right out the eyeballs, and you know, just the tilts of the camera, Wanda climbing through the gong, or and you know, just everything was just like, hey man, it's creativity. It's like I don't see this in the other movies. It's kind of cookie cutter recently with the Marvel stuff, and then when I saw this, I was like, man, it just looks so good. And at the same time, I get what you're saying, and a lot for me, a lot of that boiled down to the writing. I knew the writer was crap in my opinion, and so I expected it to be bad, and I kind of tempered my expectations, and then was like, well, let's see what Sam Raimi does with it, you know.
No, that's a fair way to approach it. That's a fair way to approach it if you know what you're getting into. I remember for a long time I didn't like the last Christopher Nolan Batman movie.
Yeah.
I handled everyone so well. I was able to argue that my points on that movie so many ways from this to Sunday. But after all is said and done, what's interesting is that I started to come around. I mocked it so much and made myself like it because it was so silly. I was like, you know what? And I found some other things to like about it. So there's always something cool to like about anything. My only reservation for Thor in this particular conversation is that I love the character so much, and I've always loved them. So for me, it's not an interpretation I was looking for. You know, when you go to Batman, you're still getting Batman.
Yeah.
No matter who's directing it, no matter who's writing it, it's still a version of Batman that you can say, oh, I remember that guy from this whole situation. I feel like
except for Batman 66.
Well, you got that. You got
that whole series was nothing to do with the comics, dude.
No, but you got that. If you cared about that Batman at all, because that was a way I did get into Batman through that show. I thought it was serious. I didn't know it was a joke.
See, now what about all the generation that's getting into Thor because he's funny?
Right, that was a TV show, not a $250 million movie where I gotta pay $15 to go see it. I'm not doing that. And I just don't think that that's enough to carry. And then what really offends me is the way that the movie studios fight back at us as the customer, where we're like, hey man, I'm just telling you how I feel about your story. If you don't, you know, whatever, I won't. And now I'm at the point like, all right, fine, then I won't spend any money on your stuff anyway. So, and I don't like to even watch the stuff and spend money and time on it. I saw Doctor Strange. I really wanted to see it because of those same reasons. And I liked a lot of what I saw. I had the same commentary. It was fun, but that's it. The first one I love. I still love the first one. That's my favorite. Discussion. I don't know, man. And maybe it's also because I'm tired of the sensationalizing of these characters like that. Like I'm not sure I said that the right way, but it's like they're like they're almost parodies of themselves now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I miss Winter Soldier, man. Winter Soldier was like, whoa, what a cool new dimension in that character's story. I felt about that movie like I felt about reading his comic. Like, wow, that's cool, man. I never thought of him that way. But these ones are now like they feel like, hey, they feel like celebrity roast, or like remember that DC thing, the superheroes with Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
It feels like that. Like they're like when I heard that they brought their kids into the movie too. I'm like, what is this? Is this like a class trip, or are you guys making a real movie? So I don't feel bad for them if they don't make their money back. That's what you get for clowning us, man. Just make a good movie, for crying out loud.
And I saw Ragnar talking about this, Doctor Strange too, and some of the stuff in there. Like, I know some people were mad about like some of the stuff where with, and I know you brought up Reed Richards before, but with the whole multiverse thing, I felt like that was a way for them to get out of being committed to certain things. Like that, the Inhumans did awful on ABC, and they had the guy that played the actor's name, Anson Mount. He played Black Bolt, and he also played Black Bolt in Doctor Strange, and then they killed him off. So you get to wipe the slate clean and say, hey, that was a multiverse version of the Inhumans, not the 616, you know? And so I think that some of that was kind of like, that's what they were doing. They were saying, hey, we're going to wipe out some of the mistakes we had, you know, at least in terms of Black Bolt there.
But do you agree that they robbed Kirby of that awesome character? That's one of my favorite characters that Kirby designed. And either way, you have a perfectly great set of characters with the Inhumans. Mm-hmm. You screwed up the show, no problem.
Yeah.
Don't do it again. Kill him off, no problem. But as soon as Doctor Strange meets him, he's making fun of his tuning fork. I'm like, come on, man. Give the guy a chance, man. We haven't gotten a proper that guy. Not only that guy's short. Do you see how short he was compared to everybody?
Yeah.
God,
he makes a pretty good Captain Pike. I saw some clips on YouTube, and he's pretty good at the Captain Pike on that Star Trek Strange New World show or something. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting into non sequiturs here. But yeah, well, again, if the intent was to wipe the slate clean so that they could do a movie version of the Inhumans, then I don't feel as like it's an insult. Not to mention they gave him a really cool costume in those 10 seconds that he was on screen. He looked good. He looked really, really good. And yeah, I know what you're saying about insulting him, but it's kind of like, if that was the intent, then if the long game is to say, hey, we can wipe the slate clean, then no harm, no foul, because it's not the real, or it's not our Black Bolt. It's a throwaway Black Bolt, you know. Not the best way to introduce him, don't get me wrong. I just I just think that it gave him a perfect excuse to say, hey, like, I think in some respects, because all this time at Marvel Studios and all the time before when he was working with Avi Arad and stuff, I think Feige legitimately loves the Marvel Universe stuff. I think somewhere along the line, the social stuff creeped in, and he became more important. That became more important to him than being faithful. But I think that he likes the Inhumans, and I think he wanted any excuse he could to wipe the slate clean because of how bad the ABC show was. And because as I understand it, he wasn't really happy with any of the TV show stuff because he didn't have it under their control. You know, it was like other people were running those TV show stuff. And
you mean like I don't know and all that?
Yeah, yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't like any of that. Which I thought was weird because there were some really good episodes of that show. It wasn't great, but it was
what,
really
The Shield?
Good.
Yeah. I didn't see all of it, but I like some.
Yeah, there were some good ones. But as I understand it, if you believe all the rumor mills and stuff, apparently he did not like having that under his direct control, and he didn't consider them part of the MCU. Same thing with Whedon. Apparently, Whedon didn't want Coulson alive, and they didn't consider him that to be anything related to canon when they were doing it, as I understand it. Anyway.
Oh well, Whedon sucks anyway.
I don't know, man. He did a really good Avengers. I was really happy with the Avengers, and here's the thing: the guy didn't know. he was never really an avid Hulk fan, and he wrote a pretty good Hulk for me, at least in the first Avengers movie.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm
And
tired
so,
of that guy too.
yeah.
Tired of. Ruin my
Oh yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not happy with this policy. The first thing that I knew he was loony as all get out was the fact that he did interviews after the first Avengers movies talking about how he would hope that Paramount, or not Paramount, but Universal, would be cool and give up or sell the rights back to Marvel, so that the Hulk could be, since he's green, he could be a Green Crusader.
Oh,
that was one of the first things he said, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Just because he's green, he could be a green." And I was like, "Ruffalo's loony. He's loony. Don't let this guy speak for you." And I knew right off the bat. I was like, "Yeah, Ruffalo's nuts." I mean, he can't keep his mouth shut anyway about spoilers and things like that. But he's nuts.
that guy hasn't read a
I've
comic.
never heard that before.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Uh-uh.
yeah. He hand to God. It was some interview, and he was talking about he thought Universal were being jerks for not selling the rights so that they could do a Hulk movie, and he said that he thought the Hulk would be a Green Crusader because the Hulk's green and he wanted to have a green, he could push the Hulk to be a Green Crusader, green agenda.
Why does he get to choose that? He's just a jobber.
Yeah,
Just get
exactly.
The job done, you dummy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's so bizarre that they thought that it's like, hey, it's a success. Now I get to determine the direction.
How did we lose Ed Norton? What happened to him?
He had a falling out with Marvel over the script. Basically, because he was writing the script. Yeah, and he was writing the script, and he was fighting them every tooth and nail. And
Was he a script writer though? Was he credited as a writer on the show?
I believe he was. He went under a pseudonym. He went, or a pen name. I mean, or whatever.
Then he had every right to argue then, because he's a writer.
And
right?
Yeah. It's the thing that he just butted heads with the wrong person. He butted head with the head of Marvel Studios. So that's why it didn't work out.
The way I heard it was that he was being difficult.
Yeah.
So, but if he was a writer and trying to write something, they're changing the story, then I could see him getting frustrated. I don't have a problem with that. I just thought what I had a problem with him was that maybe he was like, why was he injecting himself so much in that process? Your job is just to interpret the script and act it out based on the direction of the director. So you don't really have too much to say. That's your job. Do your job and go home. But if he was a writer, though, then that's different. Now he should have some kind of stake in it, where he's like, no, this is my story. I want to tell it. This is what we want. We agreed upon this, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, because that
would have done worse than Ang Lee.
Yeah. Well, this was right around the time, because it was the same time that Iron Man was being made, and one of the deals to get Norton on, because they wanted some names in there, they wanted to get the buzz up and stuff. So they gave Norton, that Norton demanded that he get, to be able to write for coming on to and doing the movie, he would be able to write the script or doctor the script or whatever it particularly is. I can't remember exactly, but I know that he had some kind of writing thing and he did it under a pseudonym or something. And so he butted heads with Marvel a lot, and that was probably, he was difficult. That being, whatever you want to say, that's how they said, hey, he's being difficult, and they butted heads, and that's why he's not on it anymore.
He's my favorite so far. He's still my favorite. The Hulk wasn't that great in that movie, although he wasn't terrible. He wasn't great.
Yeah, I'd say thing. There's a lot of fans that hold that version of the Hulk up, and I was like, man, it just doesn't. The CGI just does not look good if you look at it for a little bit. Like the teeth and everything is really blocky. Everything about like his face was really bad, and I don't know. I mean, that's just me. I'm very, very critical because I love the character so much. But
No, I'm with you. I felt the same way. They bothered me a lot, but I liked them better than Ang Lee's. Although I thought
Yeah.
Ang Lee's was cool in some moments.
Yeah.
When he freaks out and comes out of the tank, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
When he's fighting the tanks in the desert, that was awesome.
Yeah.
He's jumping
Exactly.
on, like running along the walls of the mountain because he's going so fast. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that giant thing that got weird. I was like,
Yeah.
The giant
he was
poodle and Pitbull were awesome.
I liked them fine. My problem with him is that they made him too pretty. So he had this weird. They were trying to make him look scary, but he wasn't scary because he had these smooth features like a pretty boy. Like
Yeah.
Was it Eric Bannon?
Eric Bana, yeah.
Bannon, is that his name?
He was okay. He was an all right banner. He just was too sulky for me.
Yeah.
That was direction. You know, that wasn't his fault. And I love
Ang
Jennifer
Lee.
Connelly.
Ang Lee played the Hulk in when they did he wore the suit and acted like like the Hulk. The
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wore the suit and was throwing tantrums and kicking and stuff and punching.
Yeah,
he said he knew what he wanted to look like. Yeah, mocap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them a lot. I liked that idea a lot, but then the overall experience, and I convinced myself it was amazing. I talked about that movie over and over again because that was one of those first times we ever saw the Hulk like that.
Yeah.
But when he got real big.
Way.
I was
the same way. I was really happy to see him, the CG, and get closer to looking like the comic version as opposed to just the dude with green paint. And and that's not a diss. Look, I love Lou Ferrigno for what it was.
Yeah.
I love Bill Bixby for what it was. But we had progressed so far, you wanted to see them attempt to make him look like the comics,
until they have like the new Hulk throw a bear like into space. Did you remember to see that scene? I think he like threw a bear or something. I knew Hercules did it. He was Lou Ferrigno's Hercules, and like he took a bear and like I think he threw him into space in the Hercules movie for canon. I think. But I think in the Hulk movie he fought a bear in a swamp or something, and he like tossed him like across the swamp. I don't know. It was pretty funny. It was the best though.
Yeah. Well, hey, but speaking of bear, hey Elliot, you said you were going to be in Gatlinburg, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you staying at a hotel or with friends or what?
We're supposed to be meeting up at a resort with some family.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. There are bears.
A cabin or something.
There are bears, and they are not afraid to check out your trash. So
are you talking about the animal bears or like bears that certain community?
I'm not kidding. We were up there and we were in our hotel, and 2 nights in a row, a bear came over to the trash. Like our hotel made it like kind of like an L shape, and we were out on our balcony, and this bear had tore open the trash, and people were walking up to the bear trying to get pictures of it.
Oh my gosh!
And we were just watching them going, "Hey, y'all don't want to do that. Bears ain't going to take your crap." And the second night in a row that these girls, there are 2 women that were young girls that were together and they kept creeping up with their camera phones trying to take pictures. And finally this bear just stuck his head out the trash and lunged at her. He didn't go. No. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he came, like she was within like 20 feet, and we were telling her the first night, don't do that, because you
people are stupid.
Yeah. But here's the thing: don't get too worried if you see them. Just make sure you aren't around them, and don't be around them. And
I tell my wife that.
But I just wanted to warn you, just on this. My dad told me that there would be bears up there, and I was like, maybe we'll see them. Maybe was like dead on the money. Did happen 2 nights in a row.
That's
and
cool.
It was pretty crazy. I like seeing animals. I don't know, but I definitely was smart enough to be on my balcony and not out there trying to creep up to them with the camera and try to take pictures. So just a warning. It's like you may not be used to it. Just wanted to warn you. If you've got certain types of protection, make sure you have that on you. And
I was going to say that.
Yeah. Well, it's illegal to kill them, but protecting yourself, I'm sure you're gonna be fine. But all I'm saying is, you'll probably be fine no matter where you're at. You're probably gonna be fine, just like we were fine. It's just that don't be surprised if you see one running around in the alley or nearby at the trash can or something.
Just be careful that you don't get eaten by a bear and have your death counted as a COVID-19 death.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy. And that's the thing. These are like little, brown bears or black bears, and so they're not. It's not like you're, I don't know, with a grizzly or something like that.
Aren't
as
black
opposed to this
bears?
guy.
Are black bears more vicious?
No, most of them they can be, but they're a lot more. Hey, there's humans. Let me run. They don't. I'm not going to say they aren't dangerous. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they aren't dangerous. If there's food involved, they don't really care about you, and you're not a factor. But
wait a minute. Wait, stop the presses.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Indian man with 400 carats of diamonds embedded in his genitals, emasculated by robbers. How did we not see this story?
I don't know. Where'd you get that from, young man?
Read it to us, my Uncle Mike.
An Indian businessman who publicly bragged about having more than 400 carats of diamonds surgically embedded in his genitals was violently attacked and emasculated in his residence by masked men who took off with jewelry, a TV, some cash, and his genitals.
Oh my gosh.
That's what you get. Dang.
Oh boy.
That was very smart.
This is the World News Daily Report. I don't take anything they say seriously.
Oh, okay.
For example, Ukrainian man claiming to have been Vladimir Putin's sex slave for 3 years killed in Kiev bombing. Well, that explains everything.
Well, then how did you know he was claiming to be? If he's dead, he's claiming to be Putin's sex slave.
Interesting.
How did you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Rhaegar says.
Here's the good one. Oh, I miss Bat Boy. Boy.
So the bear
Mount
gave him
Rushmore.
COVID.
Greenpeace activists rescued after getting stuck in Theodore Roosevelt's nostril. Hi.
Rhaegar is asking, answer this, Kevin. Were the people walking up to take a picture of the bears Chinese? No, they were actually, from what I could see, they were Latino.
Oh man!
Of course.
Just let you know. Just differentiate.
Good job.
He was,
Good job,
city slickers.
Of course. You can't.
I think maybe one girl was white and then the other one was Latino. I think they were the two of them. I think.
No,
you can be white Latino.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That would be Latin X.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how we say it in Puerto Rico. Latin X.
Latin X.
Stupid. John Leguizamo, stupid.
Latinx.
Rhaegar says they were tacos. Stop that. Breakfast. Who's playing that?
Oh, you ever saw having trouble with the law since the day was born?
My baby, the mountain might get him, but the Lord never will. Making the way, I know how. That's just a
Just a good old boy.
Oh, yeah. I had neighbors like that when I was growing up.
They could.
I had
Yeah, you
neighbors
get
like
to
that.
practice in there for Gatlinburg.
Yeah! Ain't nothing wrong with that, boy. Look here. Look here, I'm from Tampa, Florida. Down here, we got us a failure to communicate.
All right, I got a story here that has more to do with what this frat is all about, which is
Great.
NFTs and metaverse. and all that
Metaverse
fun
of madness.
stuff. Let's see here. This is a real story. Blackpink, which none of you know, it's a K-pop
Oh, yeah, I know.
band.
I know who they are.
Of course you do, Matt.
course.
Blackpink is doing a PUBG mobile virtual concert. Now, see,
Whoa.
this isn't the first time a performer has done a performance in, like, I think one was in PUBG, one was in, like, what's that other one? What's that thing you play all the time? Or
Fortnite.
Fortnite?
Yeah.
Banjo? I'll play a banjo.
This is kind of just an example of the kind of things that are going to be happening as metaverses develop and people actually spend real time online, not just playing games, but doing commerce and shopping and all that kind of stuff in a metaverse world. So I just thought this was an interesting article to bring up because obviously they're from Korea and Matt even knows who they are.
Oh yeah, Blackpink,
Yeah.
of
Well,
course. I even have some
what
stickers,
Matt-
Blackpink stickers.
What Matt doesn't know is that they believe in telescopes.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
I don't think they do, man. Their next concert will be filmed with the telescope. High definition.
Yeah.
I heard a telescope is joining the group. It's gonna twerk.
Yeah. No, twerking's that's like yesterday, man.
I know. What do they do
something
now?
new one. Shuffle's kind of old though, isn't it? Shuffling.
I can't wait till
they do the
chalk
twist.
thing.
The twist. The twerk with a twist. No, I had neighbors that were good old boys, when I used to live in Iowa, and they were like, they go, we got to go, wrestling's on. And I go, what's wrestling? Like wrestling? You don't know what wrestling is? I'm like, no, what's wrestling? They're like, like Hulk Hogan, and oh, you mean wrestling? They're like, yeah, wrestling. I'm like, wrestling. I never heard that though when I was a kid. I was like, wrestling.
It's all about the wrestle.
Did they wash their hands first?
I don't know, they were always barefoot with no shirt, and then they were like riding motorcycle around their house, and they crashed into our house accidentally, and then they just ditched it and left it and ran it back back into their house. My dad wheeled it over, but they were one of them was hunting me down with their like hound dog. It was not a hound dog. It was like this vicious dog that was chasing me on a chain with it, and it was good memories though, man. Good old Chris and Tim.
Good old memories.
They would throw
chased by a
Bowie knives
dog.
up in the air. They throw Bowie knives up in the air and dodge them for fun, Like they'd be in the backyard and watch them out their window, and they're throwing Bowie knives up in the air.
Isn't that called Mumbledy Peg?
I don't know what that is called. Crazy to me. I was like, this guy's crazy. And my brother got in a fight with one of them. He was kicking him in the face. They're wrestling on the ground or wrestling. My brother was kicking him in the face, and he was like, "Woo, doggy, woo!" The whole time he's getting kicked in the face. They were nuts, but they left a good impression of it was just colorful tapestry that is my life. I'm thankful for the strange things like that in my life.
And the Stranger Things.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stranger. Hey, look at this.
I prefer the Stranger Things.
We're seeing some doxed photos.
Doxed.
That's the Birdman.
Oh, snap.
Oh, how am I doxed?
I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this Parrot Mountain thing, they had these particular birds. They drink like a nectar, and they give you these little cups to feed them. And in this shot is I'm very white because of my camera and the glare.
Yeah, because of your camera.
It's usually pretty dark.
Sure.
Oh,
Because of
no,
my
I'll freely admit I'm white. I'm very white. But this is a little bit more bleached out. But these guys were licking the sweat off my head because I had ran out of the nectar. And then this one bird right here, the reason I'm making this expression is because he crapped all over my arm while I was standing there holding him. He had like diarrhea and it was clear and it ran all down my arm. So yeah, that was fun.
But it cooled you down, right?
Man, dude, it was hot. It was like 90 something.
A macaw. Look at that.
Yeah. They had a bunch of these.
Is it a royal
different-
macaw?
Yeah, there was like what was it? One of them called a rainbow or something. Or
Rainbow
another.
macaw.
Yeah, and like if you look, it's hard to see, but there's the blue and orange ones. They had a bunch of those, and this guy tried to hop a ride on me, and he had a buddy. You can't see him in the picture, but he had a buddy sitting on a limb. It wasn't a limb, but it was a perch, and they both tried to get on me and leave the area where you could, the enclosure or whatever, and they tried to ride with me out of the park.
Take us with you. We know you.
Oh, they loved
the
you.
bird
They
whisperer.
knew you were a bird person, Kevin.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy, man. Like
You're like
really
the Birdman of Alabama.
Virginia, but
no, I was trying to make a Birdman of Alcatraz thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Virginia. So are you in Virginia?
And there's me outside the Chocolate Monkey.
You know, one of my
Chocolate
best
monkey?
friends' family just moved over to Virginia.
Whoa.
Fortuna.
Chocolate covered bananas.
Yeah, we've had this
love the
conversation. Kevin.
chocolate.
Oh, you know, I lived in West Virginia for a little while.
Mountain Mama.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was during when they had snowstorm. It was pretty fun.
Oh, is somebody coming in and spamming the chats again?
Yes, Naked HD something or other.
Sorry about that, guys.
Don't read the name. Don't give him any or her any attention.
How dare you assume they have a gender?
But there's no like links or anything, right? It's just text.
No, you don't know that they're human.
Yeah.
Well, boys and girls, that's just in case because Mike reminded me. I have got to blaze.
Oh no, I don't.
All right, let's wrap this up then. It is 45 minutes past normal shutdown time, but we were just having such a good time. So, anybody want to show anything to the 18 people watching?
Well, we already got on here. I'll maybe zoom in real quick before you switch over to all the coolness that Costin and Elliot are doing, and then maybe I can get this on screen.
It's on screen.
Well, I meant that I was moving it in front of the camera really awkwardly.
Yeah.
That looks
My
good,
hands
dog.
My hand.
Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
I'm gonna get a lot of use out of that clip.
Yeah. It's a good clip. I always think of that one anyway. So. When I think of that movie, I think of that a lot of times. That and the jig is up and gone.
All right, so Dragon Guard.
Oh yeah, because there's Dragon Guild, so we can get a little.
And Dragon Guild.
Yeah, Guardian Guild. The dragons in the house.
Guard your guilds, ladies and dragomans.
That's right.
So Dragon Guard or Dragon Guard
on Indiegogo.
On Indiegogo, and then we got Matt Costin with
Dragon
Guild.
NFTs.
That's the logo I had designed for them.
NFTs.
That's the logo, and then here's one of my ninja elves in the Winterland. Yeah.
She's masked, Matt.
Yeah, she's masked.
I love it. Costume looks good, buddy.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
I grow thick.
She's been doing some, Pilates and cardio and
Pilates. She's
Pilates
crunches.
Yeah.
She go to the Bogota. She doesn't shop at Bogota.
Bogota.
She goes to the Bogota. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm finishing this up. It's almost done. So I'm gonna start.
Awesome. And you can also you can back your project on.
Yeah, they had the.
What
you're talking about this one, right?
Modded.
I'm gonna actually, after I finish with this, I'm going to be jumping back on the comic pages. I'll just finish up like maybe 10 more pages, less than that, and then I'll be done with it. And then they'll start going into campaign mode.
Okay.
And so,
Hey.
yeah.
All right. And last but not least, the jiggity jiggity.
So check it out. If y'all's are interested, I got a project I can't talk about that I'm trying to wrap up. And when I'm done with that, I'll be hitting Doom Kicker so hard and fast because I'll be able to work on it all day. But if you are interested, I do live streaming of Doom Kicker over on my Instagram account under Elliot Fernandez _art. And there you can watch, and it's also in my IGTV section if it's under the same profile. You can watch hours and hours and hours of Doom Kicker if you so desire. And if you don't desire, well, then you don't have to watch it. But it's there. And you can see me live. You can ask questions, and I'll do the best I can to answer certain questions. I won't answer any questions about my private diet. That's just me. That's what I do. Otherwise, we're good. Anyway, there I am.
I'll tell you guys what Elliot's diet is. Don't worry about it. Just come into the frat. The Discord link is in the description. Like, subscribe, share if you have not already. Guess it would help the algorithm. Marketing on the Chads has kicked back. Look.
Wow.
Oh, that's
got
neat.
the gloves. The Cintiq glove.
I ordered a set of these gloves, and then they disappeared. They like I never even saw them, whatever package they came in, but the delivery said that it was here. And so I spent a day looking for them. I couldn't find them, so I ordered them again.
Why does it have a hole in the thumb? That's interesting.
So you can grip with a pencil?
What's it
I haven't
supposed to
seen
have?
that. No,
Am I
mine
wearing
has
one?
the.
No.
No, you got it right. It looks like you're wearing it right. I have a different kind. I have the.
You like Gambit?
It
I
just
was
comes
going to
across
say
here.
that.
Yeah, you are
Say the Gambit.
Get some cards and flap them.
How much do they cost?
Like $6.
Oh, well, you have to send me a link or something.
You're like Michael Jackson, but less kids.
So I was going to say that on the crypto Chads, the Chads marketing is kicking back in. So we should be able to launch the Chads campaign in about a month. I haven't talked to them about whether we want to raise the price on them or not, because 0.25 seems a little bit cheap. But we got to sell 7,000 of these things, and at 0.25, that's a decent clip. But like I said, I'm the guys that are marketing are the Meta Labs agents, or the Meta Labs agency is the name of the company, and they're the guys that marketed the Meta Bounty Hunters, sold $18 million worth in 4 weeks. So I'm pretty sure they'll be able to sell out my much cheaper crypto Chad collection, and then after that, well, we've got Cyclowns, and I've got several other properties. I'm working on a movie NFT line right now, and some other stuff I can show you guys after if you want.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. Join us in the Discord. I'm there. I can be reached there all day, every day, mostly, usually. But anyways, God bless us, everyone. Thank you for being here, and say goodnight, everybody.
Hey, good night,
everybody.